Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Saurabh.
स्टार्ट करें तो वेंकट सर तो है नहीं.
Yeah, you can start. We are ready.
यस सर, प्लीज स्टार्ट सर.
Okay, anybody is going to speak from AICT? No, Anil sir, Buddhaji. Take. But you people have to make the panelist, the participants as
Yes, yes,
panelists. Huh?
यस यस सर, मैंने लिंक क्लोज कर दिया है.
हाँ. नहीं, उनको देना पड़ेगा ना, उनको पैनलिस्ट बनाना चाहिए एक के बाद एक.
सर आप पहले अपनी आवाज म्यूट कीजिए, आपकी आवाज लाइव सेशन में आ रही है.
Okay, good morning, participants. Welcome to the third day of this AICT exam reforms workshop. Hope the last 2 days were very fruitful in developing a deeper understanding about the issues involved in examination reforms, the context for why it is required, and what is the need for OBE, understand graduate attributes, Bloom's taxonomy, and how to design a model question paper. Everything we have shared with you. And today is the day where you are going to demonstrate your understanding of preparing the question paper. I request you, those of you wish to share, type your name in the chat box the way you have given it in your email ID. Then AICT consultant will make you a panelist, and he will give you the right to share your model question paper. Okay, then you can share and we'll discuss about these question papers. Okay, volunteers, please come forward and type your name. And I request Saurabh Nagpal to make pbgowda72@gmail.com as a panelist. So now we have 2-3 names. Basikumar Patil is there, Rajesh Kumar Gupta is there, Sainath Ashram is there. So we can start with anyone. So you can also write your name, the first name, last name, what you typed for joining this, that you write. So it becomes easy for him to search. Saurabh, make anyone as the panelist. We have many names already in the chat box. Participants, am I audible to all of you? Yeah, there are many yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I request, okay. Now,
Sir, I made Sudarshan ji as panelist as presenter also.
but we are not seeing that name. We are seeing Lakshmana Avadhani.
Yes, yes.
Sir, share option is not there right now.
No, they will give just 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Saurabh, please make Lakshman Avadhani ji as a presenter. That red arrow mark should go to.
Sir, you are the presenter, Lakshmana ji.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, please share your question paper. Do you have any?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please introduce yourself and then
Yes, sir.
make a presentation.
Good morning, all.
Please
Yes.
zoom it a little bit. It's 100%. Make it 140% something.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning. I am Lakshman Avdhani from Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, Pune, which is affiliated currently with Savitribai Phule Pune University, and we are now switching over to autonomy also. In second year, our autonomous program is currently running, and I'm dealing with the design related courses. So here I have set the questions for design of transmission systems, which is there in the third year or semester 6, for which the contents are design of spur, helical, bevel, worm gear, then selection of rolling contact bearing, design of sliding contact bearings, then design of clutches and brakes, and the uh, machine tool gearbox design, multi-speed gearboxes. So based on these contents of this subject, the course outcomes are given in the university curriculum itself. So I have taken it from there itself. So first course outcome is students will be able to design the spur helical gear for industrial application. Second is design bevel and worm gear considering design parameters as the design standards. Third is select and design rolling and sliding contact bearings from manufacturer's catalog for a typical application considering suitable design parameters. Thereafter, design various types of clutches and brakes used in automobile and able to apply various concepts of design of machine tool gearbox for different applications. So I have set the questions based on all these 5 COs. The very first question, uh, it is based on design of spur and helical gear or CO1. And the first question I have written as classify the various gear tooth failures and suggest the remedies. So this is asked for 5 marks, and the Bloom's level is fourth, where analysis is to be done because gear failures are to be uh, categorized, and for categorization the analysis is to be done, and then remedies are to be suggested. So Bloom's level is fourth, and the PI map with this question is apply mechanical engineering concepts to solve engineering problems. Sir, is that appropriate, sir?
Just clarification I want.
Yes, sir.
See, when the student is answering this question,
Yes, sir.
is he relying on his memory or not? Because he has read in the, he has heard you in the classroom, he has read it in the textbook. Already he knows for this type of failure, tooth failure, this is the type of remedy. So whatever he writes, everything comes from his memory, isn't it?
Yes, but expected thing is for various applications, not in generalized form. Okay, I need to correct it by mentioning the application, then it will not be memory based.
Yeah. Right now, the question is straightforward. When the student
Yes, sir.
start answering, he will just recollect from his memory and start answering.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So at the most, it is L2, the understanding level, because he understood that this is a type of gear tooth failure and these
Yes,
are the remedies. If you had given a scenario, okay, and then you said why the tooth failure took place, and then you could analyze and write it. Then you could have taken it to analysis level. But right now, entirely depends upon his memory and understanding.
yes, sir.
If you agree, you can change. Otherwise,
Yes,
you are
sir.
just,
Yes, sir.
because I am from thermal background, but still looking at it, I feel it like. Maybe
Yes, sir.
Professor Kotushetty can also join.
Yeah.
Yeah, what professor is telling is uh, right, what I feel. Okay, here the student can simply rely on his memory and he can answer this question. Uh, so it is maximum Bloom's level 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the meantime, I would like to draw your attention to your course outcomes as well.
Yes, sir.
They also need to be identified for Bloom's level. Okay, the outcomes.
Yes.
Though, just because design is used as an action verb, they cannot be at the create level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Professor Lakshmana, do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. And
Uh,
unless it is a design project assigned in the practicals, we cannot attain this through the fixed hour examination scheme.
yeah, so I mean, you can have that component also maybe in your course as a course
Yes,
project.
sir.
I am not aware of
Design
that.
projects are there, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but still, even going through the project component, uh, design or create is something where
Highest level. Yeah.
something new will come out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the highest level
Yes, sir.
in learning.
Yes, sir.
So here the course outcomes. Okay, though design is used as an action verb in many of the outcomes, but still, depending upon the treatment you give, okay,
Ah,
in the classroom and in other interactions with students, okay, here I don't think they go beyond apply level.
uh, at least, sir, evaluate level, they we ensure that they reach there. Whatever design solution they come up, that will be a selected better option out of alternate 3-4 solutions.
Okay. I mean, I think we will get more clarity as we go through your question paper. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can
sir.
you please
I have
forward?
limited the scope for the questions till 4th level as per the suggestion in the session yesterday. So there is no question for create level.
Okay.
For example, now this is the numerical in which student is going to determine the safe module based on beam strength. So compute the module for a spur gear pair with 20-degree involute teeth based on beam strength. The velocity factor is to be used to account for dynamic load. The pinion shaft is connected to a 12 kilowatt 1440 RPM motor. The reduction ratio is 4:1 and pinion has 18 teeth. Pinion as well as gear are made of 40 C8 and it is having ultimate tensile strength 610 megapascal. The factor of safety and service factors both can be taken as 1.5. Specify the dimensions of gear, suggest suitable hardness for the gear. Use these relations for velocity factor, Lewis form
Professor,
factor.
don't you think, this is a kind of an exercise for a student? You might have solved few problems or few exercises of this type in the class,
Yes,
and
sir.
many, of such similar exercises student would have gone through, as he referred to textbooks and all. So how, I mean, what is your argument for labeling it to be at Bloom's level 5?
Uh,
Where does the evaluation comes here?
so
But always
design,
when we talk of
yes,
evaluation is against some criteria, against some standard, correct?
yes,
Yesterday
sir.
we discussed that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So in design, actually, they will be taking a decision based on whatever calculations they do based on strength. So beam strength is one of the criteria which they will be using, and with that criteria, they will ensure that whatever calculations they have done, with that available factor of safety is greater. And if that condition is achieved, with that particular context, the spur gear will be safe to operate in the application.
That event, is it not the application of per gear design concept? Okay,
Yes, sir.
in solving the problem,
Yes, sir.
right? Is it
Ye-
not just the application?
Application, yeah. So it has to be three, level 3.
But again, as a teacher, okay, I need to be thinking over the problem. Okay, what are all the challenges I am posing to student? Okay, so that he can bring in the number of cognitive processes. Okay,
Yes, sir.
before he arrives at solution. See, considering all these aspects, you may have to uh, decide the level.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so think over this, discuss with the fellow teachers who are teaching the same subject,
Yes, sir.
right? But
Yes, sir.
according to me, it should not go beyond level 3. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And whatever Professor Koteshat is telling, it also matches with your PI code that will apply fundamental engineering concepts to solve engineering problems.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it appears it is L3.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you develop better understanding because there's nothing to compare.
Sure.
Whatever you calculate with anything, one another thing, and then say this is good or bad.
Yes,
There is
sir.
no comparison.
Yes, sir.
For evaluation, you need one more reference.
Ah,
Okay, good.
Yes,
Next
sir.
question.
Next question is based on worm gears. Select material for worm and worm gears and justify your answer.
I
So
also request the
after,
participants to participate by giving their answers in the chat window. So there, if you are familiar with the subject.
so student will be able to select the material by knowing what are the requirements for this particular application for these two components, and the various design criterias they will be thinking over, and based on that they will be suggesting appropriate material with the appropriate justification. For this I have
Professor,
marked it
the
to
question
yes sir.
number 2A, okay?
Yes sir.
It is a very straightforward question, right? Student can simply recall from his memory and he can write, because there is no context or scenario for the question. So it is a very general question. Select the material for worm and worm gears, right?
Okay.
And justify your answer. So
Okay, so to make it to
it
level
doesn't go
3, I will
beyond
have to,
remember level here.
okay, to make it for level 3, I need to mention here certain application.
Yeah, some context has to be built.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It
in
has
the
to transfer so much of power, many things have to be given.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, whatever he has read, he is remembering only on that basis he will write.
Yes, sir.
So L3 is not appropriate.
Yes, sir. With this inclusion, it can be raised to L3.
But it is that application you have to describe.
Yes,
The
sir.
context,
Yes, sir.
context or scenario has to be given.
Yes, sir. I have just noted it. If I'll include this, then I can
Yeah.
raise this to Bloom's level 3.
Then
Okay,
even
Professor,
4.
with this understanding, I think, we can proceed forward. Okay, you can please
Yes.
make note of these suggestions. But again, you need to be convinced for yourself, and
Yes,
that
sir.
will come with time, with experience, okay,
Yes, sir.
with interaction among fellow faculty members who are teaching the same or similar courses. Okay, some
Yes,
common
sir.
understanding has to be arrived at and then need to be applied here,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So just to accommodate more number of participants, I think we will let next participant to come in, please.
You can unshare your screen, Mr.
Yes,
Lakshmana.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Now Ashik Bellari is there. Ashik Bellari.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Saurabh, please make Ashik Bellari as the presenter. Yeah.
Sir, I made him the presenter. Now Ashik sir can share the screen.
Yeah. Please zoom a bit. No.
Is it fine, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashik Ballari. I was a PhD research scholar at NITK Surathkal till January. Now I have joined KLS VDIT Haliyad and had worked in 2016 and 17 for 1 year as an assistant professor in the same college. So today I have selected the pavement design as course. I have prepared the question paper for a pavement design course, and these are the course outcomes of this course. After learning this course, the student will be able to explain the factors that influence the design of flexible and rigid pavement, and also define different businesses that occur in these pavements. And the course objective 2 is they will be able to analyze the stress, strain, and deflection using Boussinesq, Burmester three-layer theory, and Westergaard theories. And course course outcome 3 is they will be able to design the flexible pavement as per the design standard IRC 37/2012. Also, the students will be able to design the rigid pavements as per IRC 58/2015. And the use of IRC 37 and IRC 58 is permitted. So the question number 1 is they will be able to draw the neat sketch of cross section of a flexible pavement and describe the functions of each layer. This is the course outcome of course outcome of 2 and Bloom's taxonomy level of 2 and PI is 2.1.2. Is it right, sir?
See, the neat sketch of cross section of a flexible pavement. I mean, students can bring different sketches here. They can explain with different sketches. Or normally what is referred in a textbook, the same is something what they have to come up with here.
Sir, the student, what I am expecting is the students can write different layer names. Like in a flexible pavement pavement, we have the layers like subgrade, then sub-base course, and then base course, and then binder course, and on that we have a surface course. So what different layers they will choose? So in case of base course, they can go for WBM or WMM with variation in materials. And in the binder course, they can go for bituminous concrete or bituminous macadam. So on the surface course, they can go for bituminous concrete or SMA.
Professor Ashik, I am from mechanical engineering background,
yes.
manufacturing.
So with that point of view, I have written like that.
Yeah, what participants say? Please, participate this process of discussion. Participants
So,
from civil
yeah,
engineering.
since both of us are from mechanical engineering, we request faculty members with civil engineering background to comment. It is a learning process, don't hesitate. Since everybody is going to draw some sketch and identify the layers, it mainly comes from memory, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So
Professor
now
Ashik, can you make the question specific, by asking the students,
Yes, sir.
okay, to draw a sketch for a particular, I don't know, particular from a particular application and mention the specific two layers or describe two specific layers instead of giving full freedom to
Yes, sir.
students.
Yes.
Is it possible? Can you do that way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the different categories of roads will also have different layers, thickness, and layers, sir. Like NHSH and PMJSY roads.
Yeah. So always, we need to bring some specificity into the questions instead of keeping the,
Generalized.
question very broad,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That is how we move. We take the student from one level to a next higher level.
Okay.
Okay. So we should come out of that level 1 and level 2.
Okay, sir.
Though, few questions are required on that level,
Yes.
but wherever possible, we should be thinking
Yes.
on those lines.
Okay, sir.
So whether this flexible pavement is for road or footpath or
Roads, sir. Roads. Pavements.
road.
Roads.
So there you can also mention which can withstand particular type of load.
Yes,
Whether
sir.
they mention or just they put it.
Sir, usually we'll in VTU question papers also we'll write simply they will write simply that draw neat sketch of cross section of flexible pavement.
No, earlier that was a trend. Now
Yes, sir.
we need to bring in, as Professor said, we have to bring in specificity so that students can understand.
Yes,
So
sir.
whether it is a small road where the load carrying capacity is very less,
Yes.
or whether a big road where trucks with lorries with a lot
Based,
of.
based on the category of roads, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
That you should mention, no?
yes, sir.
Then that will result in better understanding about
Okay,
the
sir.
pavement itself.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, students remember something and just omit that in the examination.
Okay.
So try to bring in specificity by mentioning the type of the road
Yes.
and then ask for a cross section.
Yes.
So thereby students will talk in terms of now type of road,
Okay.
and they try to relate type of road and pavement design. Okay. Anyway,
I will skip the 1B question, sir. I will go to directly to question number 2,
yeah.
which I have assigned it as L4, sir. That is analyze. So the question is design the flexible pavement as per IRC 37/2012 for a national highway to be built in a plain terrain with the initial traffic volume of 5,000 CVPD, sir. So here I want my students to write the answer by just I'm not giving any all the values that can be used to design the flexible pavement. I'm saying plain terrain so that they can decide the VDF based on IRC 37/2012, and also the growth rate also can be assumed. And the CVPD is the only value is given is CVPD, sir. And as it is a national highway, it is usually 4-lane with a divided carriageway, so that they can also assume the lane distribution factor.
But the plain terrain may have different type of soil condition, no?
That's why CBR value is given, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Ashik, here, do you expect different answers
Yes, sir. Different thickness values.
from different students?
Yes, sir. Different answers.
Oh, okay,
Because they will be assuming their own data, sir.
okay. But the only thing is, how you can distinguish it from L3 to L4. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is it, a problem solving kind of a thing, or you are going beyond, identifying each of the components that go into the problem,
Yes, sir.
trying to establish a relation between these components,
Yes, sir.
and then coming up with the answer.
Yes, sir. That's
Okay,
was
so
I
that
had
is the
given.
only thing.
Yes,
See,
sir. I had given
uh,
plain terrain, sir, so that he can decide the vehicle damage factor based on this terrain condition.
no, my only thing is,
Yes, sir.
see, if a similar problem is dealt with in the class,
Yes, sir.
I'm not telling the same problem, a
Yes, sir.
similar problem
Yes, sir.
is dealt with in the class, then there is a pattern, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then there is a pattern.
Yes, sir.
Students can
Usually,
simply follow that pattern.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is the danger.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, we may call it as L4,
Yes, sir.
but if a similar problem is dealt with,
Yes, sir.
right,
Yes, sir.
in standard textbooks or in the class,
Yes, sir.
okay, so with little change in values, but already, a template is available. So
Yes, sir.
students may just follow that template. So
Yes.
as a teacher, I need to use my wisdom
Yes, sir.
and see as to how, I can, come out of or bring the students out of using the same template.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, how I will make them think.
Yes, sir.
See, all that has been taught in the class,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Before solving the problem is something what, as a teacher, I should be deciding. So that is why I told you, you just check whether it is L3 or L4. Okay.
L3 or L4. Okay, sir.
So in another context, sir, I used to say that whether the student is just demonstrating his procedural understanding of solving a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes.
If it is only demonstrating procedure of
Yes.
solving a problem,
Yes.
then you put it L3. If it's going beyond that, put it L4.
Okay, sir. And similarly, I have asked another question of flexible payment itself as a rigid payment, sir, with another standard code.
Yeah, Professor Ashik, I think you understood the intent now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
But
you
the
are
only thing which I couldn't understand is the connectivity which we make with the PI, sir.
yeah, I think professor will explain, sir. Theory, sir.
Yeah, 3.1.4 is basically about the codes, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Use
Yes,
of
sir.
codes. So
Yes,
here
sir.
also, if you are using code,
Yes, sir.
that will be one of the this thing.
Sir, is it correct, sir? Like 3.1.4 is fine, sir.
Yeah.
Because it is given that extract of engineering requirements from relevant engineering codes and standards such as ASME, ASTM, and ISO standards.
Yeah, there are just specific names, but
Yes,
it
sir.
could be any
Any code, sir.
code.
Yes, sir. Standard codes.
If you are even construction for building codes, if they use, then also they can use that 3.1.4.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, one and all. I have some questions, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, myself, Manjunath. From the past two presentations, I have been observed that for particular CO, only they are indicating with only one particular PI. I don't think so. A particular CO statement will be mapped to only one PO, and particular PO will be having a competency, and competency will lead to many PIs. So in that context, a particular CO, if it is mapped to a particular question, may be indicated with many number of PIs.
See, yesterday I made it very clear, when you are using rubrics for assessment, then you can put many PIs, because in rubrics there will be many rows and each row will be focusing on one of the performance parameter. Okay, but whereas in fixed hour exam, your question will be evaluated for a particular aspect of ability of the student. Therefore, we do not put more than one PI for a question in fixed hour exams. If you want to use for the same problem, break the question into A, B, C. And for question number 2A, put one PI, question number 2B, another PI, question number 3C, one more PI. Why I am telling you, even though the question looks like it involves more PIs, but if you put more PI, then at the time of calculation of attainment, it creates a lot of problem. If there are 10 marks and you put 3 PIs, then how you are going to evaluate which part of the PI, how many marks, and how you calculate the attainment of that. Therefore, use the opportunity of breaking the question into 1A, 1B, 1C, and ask the question accordingly, and then put different PIs. So the is very clear. Question number 1A, maybe 4 marks. Question number 1B, another 4 marks. Question 1C, 2 marks. And each one will have specific PIs. And the assessment also be easy, and also the attainment calculation later on. Because at this point of time, you will not be knowing what difficulty you will face when it comes to calculation of attainment of CO and attainment of PO. So looking at the end in mind, we are suggesting that each bit of question should have only one PI in fixed hour exam. But whereas in lab assessment, project assessment, where you're using rubrics, you can have multiple PIs. Hope I answered your question.
Yes,
Professor
sir.
Manjunath?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that PIs are taken from the from POs only. If my CO is mapped to multiple POs, then I assumed that from the particular PO, one particular PI is chosen for particular question. So in that context, I just asked.
Okay. See, you can give a home assignment. You can give a problem solving and also report writing. Okay.
Okay.
So problem solving can be mapped to problem analysis, like that problem, this thing, where a report writing will go to communication skill.
Yes, sir.
In that way.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So Saurav, can you make Basangowda Patil as the presenter? Ashik Ballari, please unshare.
I've stopped sharing, sir.
Saurabh Nagpal, please make Basangoda F. Patil as the presenter. Basangoda F. Patil, now you are the presenter. You can share your question paper. But if you are using mobile, it will be difficult. Please unmute. Basangoda Patil, please unmute.
Sir.
Yeah. Is it possible for you to share the question paper?
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I'm using mobile, sir. So I left my laptop in my room.
Yeah, that's why we said looking at the icon of a mobile, it is difficult.
Okay, sir. I will send
no,
in
no,
Gmail, sir.
No, I will request Saurabh to make Chandan Kumar Sahu as presenter.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Professor Chandan Kumar, now you are the presenter. Please unmute.
Hello, sir, I'm audible?
Yeah. Yeah, you are audible and we are able to see your question paper. Please introduce and present.
Sir, my name is Chandan Kumar Sahu and I am pursuing PhD from IT Bombay, and presently I am working as a assistant professor in food technology department of Jyoti Institute of Technology, Bangalore, and it is affiliated to Visvesvaraya Technical University, Belagavi, Karnataka. And so I have just made the assignment on the model questions that's given from the ICT in MTech Food Technology program, and the subject for which I have made is the food process.
1 minute. 1 minute. Mr. Basangoda Patil, please unmute.
Sure.
Please unmute because it is echoing. Okay, thank you. Professor
Actually,
Chandan Kumar, you can continue.
Repeat the same, or I can go next now.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, okay, sir. So whatever this outcome is coming from the food process engineering, we have just listed out here, and when we see the questions this below, then we can just understand this outcome by understanding the questions. So basically, I have just made my this question paper perfectly matching to the this BTO pattern. So like we have just maintained the format here also.
No, let us look at your COs first. There are some errors.
CO, sir. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
CO. See, first one itself is understand.
Yes,
I think Professor Shetter might have explained yesterday. There are 4 forbidden words: understand, appreciate, know,
actually, see, it
should
is
not
in,
be used.
actually, it is a department, so I not have changed here anything. So, but I will just give this feedback to my department, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So, sir, basically, how we have designed the questions. So, whatever we are teaching to my student, so we are also on the answer to be in same way. So, just whatever we are just making the teaching, during the teaching only, we are just asking him to assume some justifiable thing. Whenever this question will come to justify, and you must have to remember some factors, that what are the factors when you are resuming something, so that are affecting your assumption. Must you have to justify it. So, sir, if you just look in the first questions, so you have just asked the student the roller machine, which is converting the 100 kg of wheat grate per hour into flours. So then we have just given some data also, and we have just discussed about the bond energy constant. So it is a constant when you are just using some specific laws, like bond laws, to find out the energy. So then they require the powers of the motors, how much power they are using, and what is the respective particle size, and how much they can this mill the per hour. So that information we have given. Now we have given the other particle size like 3 mm to 1 mm. And then I have asked it to assume the efficiency of the milling machine, because to solve that problem, then they have to assume the efficiency. And when they are assuming, so there will be some parameters are there like moisture content. So some student, if they are assuming the moisture content is 10%, then for them efficiency will be different. If some students are assuming moisture content is 50%, 15%, then efficiency will be the different. So they have to justify how much they have assumed moisture content, and then and based on that corresponding, they have to assume the efficiency of the this thing machine. So once they have assumed the efficiency of the machine, then they have to go on the solving the problem, find out the whatever we are asking in the questions. So they have to find out now power required. So must power required means here we have asked like power requirement, it has come like 6 kilowatt or something. If efficiency of the machine is only like 80%, then must be power of the machine should be more than the 60 kilowatt. So that answer they have to give. So that's why CO here we have linked with the 6, which is linked it, and level I have made the 4. This level it is coming, and PO because here they have to apply the fundamental engineering knowledge to solve that problem. So that's why we have linked with the this Blomi level with 4, and then we have linked with the fundamental knowledge of the engineering it is required. That is my first question. Yes, sir, your take on.
Yeah, now you have to explain us why it is L4, why not L3?
Just 1 minute, sir. I want to go on there. I not have remember. Yeah. So, sir, here if you just show the this thing analyzing. So, sir, when they are answering the thing, na, so they have to analyze the thing. If a specific moisture content, this thing efficiency we are aging. Sir, applying case if something is fixed, like some whatever I am thinking, that I am just replying to by the understanding from the AICT sample question paper and whatever details they have given. So I understand that applying when some parameter is fixed and against that fixed parameter, if they are assuming something, that is also not too much variables. So that case we can go for the applying. A student can apply their knowledge only, they can get the answer. Here they have to do the analysis, sir, corresponding to their assumption against the moisture content. So that's why I have linked it with the L4, sir.
Suppose if somebody assumes moisture content as 50%, is entirely wrong?
Yeah, it's entirely wrong because we have written to justify it.
Professor Chandan Kumar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, there are two points.
Yes.
First point is what I told for the one of the previous presenter.
Yes.
So, are the students following the template? First thing, okay.
Yeah.
A similar problem is solved or a similar problem is seen somewhere. Okay, so students may follow the pattern.
Yes, sir.
That is one possibility. Second possibility is, see, instead of asking students to assume efficiency,
yes, sir,
as a faculty member,
yes, sir,
can I suggest
yes, sir,
3 different efficiencies? Say maybe 50, maybe 75, maybe 95. Okay, so when I suggest these 3 efficiencies,
yes, sir,
and then if I ask a student, okay, to go ahead with finding whatever the parameters you are asking for, and then commenting on the outcome and coming up with the best solution.
yes, sir.
So this is another way of asking the same question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if there is a pattern in solving such problems, okay, then at the max it will be L2 or L3.
Yes, sir.
But in the real sense, if you want to enhance the level of learning of the student, okay, then we have to phrase the question such that you should deliberately bring in the variation and ask the student to use those variations, and then coming up with his justification for which one of the 3 or 4 or whatever, okay, is best suited for the given situation. Then I think we are taking the student, to a higher level.
Sir, a little bit I am disagree with your first point, sir. Whatever you
Okay.
just discussed in first part, you
Yeah,
told
tell
me
me.
why you should not give the efficiency. Because, sir, here for the 1% of moisture changing, the efficiency will go down maybe 5% lower or 5% higher. So,
Okay.
sir, as per the situation, a student can handle the thing. If they will go in the industry, apply the same thing. If some industry is doing the processing of flour or something, so if the sir, some raw material is coming, if moisture content is 10%, in some case it will be the 15%. So definitely, sir, their efficiency will go deep out. So that case, they must have to know that moisture content, how it will just efficiency is going to change and how much power we are going to consume. So here, this point, maybe we can just leave to the student only, sir, because as per their knowledge, experience, whatever they have gained, sir, because, sir, it is just what I am justifying, it is as per my knowledge, and maybe prospective is also involved there, not only knowledge. So, sir, a student can handle the actual situation. This is like problem it will be faced by the student only. Sir, if you give efficiency also, then we can't ask give the like justification, because, sir, it will not have the like proper answer then, because we don't know how they are assuming and how they are going to solve the problems. But they know the basic knowledge. If moisture content will fluctuate by 1% also, so there will be very like fluctuation in efficiency. That's also. Thank you.
Yeah, point is taken, but there is also a possibility, that students, always solve such problems keeping one efficiency in mind,
Yes,
and I mean, use the same number here.
No, sir. Actually, in class also, we not have described that with the one moisture content, we have told this efficiency will get vary. So it should be have reflection from your part. It should be not get copy and paste from whatever we are taught in class. So that thing we have made clear, sir.
Okay, so you are the better judge, because this is
Yeah.
a course, something which we don't understand the intricacies or
Sir, your
details,
take on is also nice.
but we can go by, having just a look of it, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, definitely, sir.
you can
We'll
think
take
over.
it,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
We'll try to implement, sir.
Yeah,
So let's
please,
move
please.
the next questions, or that's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, sir, we'll not go one by one. We'll just take something like with the higher L level. Yeah. So, sir, I will go here. We'll not have
Somewhere L6 you have written that will.
L6 we have written here also, sir.
So L6, is it possible?
Design the blanching system to blanch the raw leafy vegetable at 70 degrees Celsius in 30 minutes. Make the necessary assumptions.
No, yesterday we said this
Yes, sir.
L5, L6 is very difficult to be addressed in a fixed hour exam, because
Sir,
there is a process, design process involved.
yes, sir.
Design process, first student has to capture the need of the customer. That need to be analyzed.
Yes,
He has to come out with the alternative solutions.
yes, sir.
Then he has to pick up a one solution which is best using some tools.
Yes,
Then
sir.
he has to prepare the prototype.
Yes, sir.
And then he has to test for whether function is correct or not. Is it possible sitting in the class examination hall?
Yeah, actually, sir, whatever design process we have told, there is involvement of two things. First, they have to.
No, that's why we want to draw your attention. Even though word design is there, is it at L3 level or L6 level? That you have to think. Many times the word design misleads us to L6.
I think, sir, design word I have used, but whatever design in contest I am telling a student, it is not only for the design, sir, because whenever I have just marked here, make the necessary assumption, so it is not reflecting only the design, sir. Something else is also involved. Like, sir, creating idea they have to do, sir, and some creativity they have to do, sir, during the assumption. Because
no, but it cannot be L6 level.
It is application, no, Professor?
It is application.
Yes, sir. Actually, okay, maybe because, sir, this is my thought, and whatever I understand based on that I have written here. So maybe, sir, I will think it, because maybe because I thought maybe whatever design word you have used, we are, sir, using the design in many general word also. But here, what context I use that as per my perspective, sir, that was the little bit different. So I just take it as the L6 at the highest level of this.
No, that's why yesterday we spent a lot of time in telling
Yes,
if
sir.
you want to go to higher order abilities,
Yes,
the more suitable assessment methods are
Yes, sir.
take-home assignments, course project, mini project, minor project, or final year project.
Yeah,
There you can test L5, L6, even to some extent L4 in a better way. But in fixed hour exam, it is L1, L2, L3, and with little application of mind, L4. Okay?
Actually, sir, it is a now good feedback because here also in our college and department, other college also, they have to, they are just in university exam also, they used to do the same thing. They also have the, and we used to get instruction also from our colleges that we have to maintain the questions level because NBA will come and this we have to take the NES also.
That is why, you know, AICT is putting so much of effort to educate, right, through these exam reforms workshops, right?
But sir, so but creating this like a high quality something by thinking, and we have to also keep in mind she should not go L5 and L6. That is right only, sir, because we not expect everything from a student.
Yeah. Good, you have understood this.
Yeah, that's also good.
Okay, thank you. Just as Professor said, we want to give more opportunity for different participants. You can, thank you, Professor Chandan Kumar ji. You can unshare. Saurabh ji, please make Shilpa Nandedkar as the presenter.
Sir, I'm not getting option to unshare. How you can do, sir?
No, you can just at the top when you move your cursor, top of your screen, there unshare, but yeah. Shilpa Nandedkar ji, you are the presenter. You can unmute and share your question paper. Madam, are you able to hear my voice? Yeah. Please unmute, madam.
Madam has already unmuted. She will trying to communicate. I don't know. Adjusting. She might be adjusting her mic or something.
No, still that mute sign is there. Madam, please unmute. At the bottom of screen, there is mute, unmute button is there. Okay,
now.
Sir, I have unmuted Shilpa madam.
Yeah. Madam, please introduce yourself. No, voice is very feeble.
Oh.
Maybe that volume button, you have to increase the volume. Just check. Usually in the first row on your
yes, sir, I have
keypad.
already.
Yeah, now it is.
Volume.
Now you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Madam, please introduce yourself and go ahead. Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Actually, sir, I may have some network issue because I have taken a net from my mobile phone. My wired net is not working.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
So these are the 6 COs which I have defined for the course. The radiation pattern. So CO number 5 and 6 are basically from lab from laboratory labs, and first 4 COs are from theory classes. So this is about end semester examination paper. I have referred the sample paper which has been provided yesterday to us. So this first question belongs to Bloom's level 1 and 2 only, where from CO number 1, where I need to have the basics of antennas, which I have put the question like this, that list all the parameters, illustrate the term, then show certain parameters on radiation pattern of antenna, and find the radiation resistance. So these are all related with basics of antenna. So that is CO number 1. In second question, I tried
This
to
course is offered for which semester, madam?
So a person with a receiver is 5 kilometers away from the transmitter. Then what is the distance that this person must move further to detect the 3 dB decrease in signal strength? So this is for application point of view. So this question is for 4 marks. He need to apply his knowledge and solve this. The next question is design Yagi-Uda antenna of 6 elements to provide a gain of 12 dB. The operating frequency is 500 megahertz. So in theory class, they have learned about how to design this antenna and with given specifications. So this is again the application. So I have written is Bloom's level 3. Then justify the need of antenna with 2 applications of each of the that need to be explained. And again for mobile communication system.
This question number 2C is
here I have
question number 2C is mapped to what,
yes,
madam? Question number 2C is mapped to which Bloom's level?
5, sir.
Yeah, I say it is L2. Now you have to justify as to why it is L5.
Sir, actually, first they need to understand which type of antennas are used at microwave communication system. Then they need to explain any 2 antennas for microwave communication system and why they selected this antenna for this application. So I thought that here they need to go with not only knowledge, but
Madam, in this question, there is no data, no constraints, okay, no scenario. In that case, even it cannot cross L3 itself. Forget about L3.
They need to.
But whatever they write, it comes from the memory directly. They don't have to calculate anything. They don't.
Type question in sample. That's why I thought that.
No, here while answering this question, you don't have to do any calculation. You don't have to do analyze anything. Whatever is there in his memory, he can write. That's all, isn't it?
No, sir. He need to develop. He need to write by using his own thinking. What application he can develop with the antenna. So that's why I thought that will go to higher level.
Madam, right now I don't know anything about this subject, so I cannot think anything. So person who is attended this course, whatever application you write, based on what he has heard in the classroom or what he has read. So again, he has understood, he remember and he has understood and is able to write. Therefore, L2. If there is a data to calculate, L3, if there is some constraints are there, then some scenarios there, then it can go to L4. Then 2 things if you are comparing, then it may go to L5. So it is not crossing even L3. That is what I feel.
Okay, let me which Bloom's level. Yes, sir.
No, ultimately you have to decide, but according for me, now it looks L2. Understanding. Just because there is justify doesn't mean L5.
Two. Getting your voice.
See, just because there is an action verb which justify is used, it cannot be L5.
Yes, yes. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So it will go to L3 and only, no?
Not even L3. There's nothing to calculate. No data is there.
Okay, sir. Sir, please have this question and guide me. A person wish to know how much radiation will get absorbed in his body when he carries a mobile phone. Discuss measurements that need to be carried out. Question number 3B, sir.
See, a person wish to know how much radiation will get absorbed in his body when he carries a mobile phone. So are there any equations to calculate? Suppose somebody carry a ordinary phone, another will carry a smartphone. Will it affect
Hello?
the calculations?
Yes, sir. Actually, SAR measurement is there. So he
Madam, it leads to confusion of the students.
need to,
Questions.
go through application,
No, but
specific absorption. Yes, yes.
what type
Yes,
of
sir.
mobile? First of all, what type of mobile? There are variety of mobiles. Some are good quality,
Yes,
some
sir.
are poor quality. Then what he should assume and start?
Sir, he can take any mobile phone. On that mobile phone, actually, they need to specify the SAR value. And what I am expecting that if he carries a mobile phone for 2 hours, for 3 hours,
No, but the
how
thing
much
in
radiation?
the question you should have said for a particular type of mobile phone or assume any one of the following.
Okay,
Then
means I need to mention that things over there so that he will get a clear idea, right? No?
yeah. When you draft a question, you should give to your colleague.
Sir, you are not audible.
Bring your voice. Hello? Sir, I'm not getting your voice. Sir, I will just rewrite this question once again by putting more data so that student will get a clear idea what they need to do, and then I will.
Yeah, in the present case, students, if they have understood what has been taught, then they can answer this question. You can hear me, no, now?
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
Yeah. See, in the absence of, some data here in this case, students, if they have attended, your class or if they have read the textbooks, right, they can simply answer this question, no? If they have understood the concept there, they can answer this. Okay, so if they have, I mean, it is basically testing their understanding level.
Okay.
So
if I give more input to them for calculation, will it go to higher level?
no, it is not calculation. If there is some calculation where they are going to come up with some number or something, then it is application. Okay, analysis is fourth level, right, where they will have to identify various
Getting your voice,
components of the system that contribute to the, you are not getting?
Now it is clear.
See, analysis is where they have to find the parts that influence the end result. Okay, and how much of influence comes from various components. So when they are doing all this, this is at L4 analysis.
Okay, okay.
If there are some numbers, they have to use some formula, do some calculations, then come up with their interpretation. It is application.
Right.
But in the absence of these things, if they have understood the concept well, and if they can answer this question, then it is at L2 level.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Means here also in question number 5A, I have given some data to them and asked them to design. There are certain formulas.
Yeah, it is at L3.
Yes, so it will again go to L3
it
only.
is solving a problem, no? Either an exercise or a problem. L6 is something, you know, it is creation of something new. So normally it cannot happen in a fixed hour examination. We need to give students more time.
But such type, I thought it will go higher level. Okay.
Yeah, it is solving a problem or an exercise. So max it is L3.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
madam. If you have any specific question to ask, you can ask. Otherwise, you can please unshare so that others can come in.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Saurabh, you can make Dr. Basuraj as presenter. Saurabh, can you hear? Shilpa Nandedkar, madam, you just drag that red upward arrow mark icon and drop it on Dr. Basuraj.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Dr. Basuraj, now you are the presenter.
Yes, sir.
Please
Yes,
share
sir.
your question paper.
Yes, sir. I hope it is visible, sir.
Yeah, visible, but you can slightly zoom it.
Is it okay, sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Basavaraj Madigon, working in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department. I have written this question paper for 5th semester, sir. And actually, we have been affiliated to the VTU Belagavi. So the COs have been provided by the university itself. But as I have gone through your presentation, and I have made my effort to change the COs. The earlier COs was based on the module wise, as you mentioned earlier. Now, with your suggestions and my understanding, I have made some effort to change these COs, taking whole syllabus into consideration, sir. And we don't have a flexibility to change the marks, sir. So I am presenting the question paper for a unit test. So wherein we have to set a question paper for 50 marks, sir. But the university semester and examination is for 100 marks. So I have done that, sir. And this is my question paper, sir. Question number 1A. Explain the working of power processor with neat diagram. This is CO1 at level 1. And the PI, I must confess here, sir, I need some more understanding between the our competencies and PIs. But with my limited knowledge, I have written this PI right now.
Okay.
I need some more time to understand that. As you said, it is from 15 to 19.
Yeah, for the benefit of all participants, let us say that RBT stands for Revised Bloom's Taxonomy.
Bloom's Taxonomy, yes. So this is CO1 level 1, 1.3.1. And second question is 1B. Analyze various types of power semiconductor devices and draw their VI characteristics. Mention their important applications. This I have related to the CO2 with the RBT level of 3 with the PI of 2.2.2. And 1C, what are the
before that, Dr. Basavaraj?
Yes, sir.
This question number 1B.
Yes, sir.
I think L3 is appropriate here. It is application, right? L3 is apply.
Application. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Application.
Yes, sir.
So going by your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is applying the knowledge that has been understood, okay, in a newer situation.
Yes,
that is application, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, going by the question, do you still think it is at apply level?
Yeah, I thought there are different power semiconductor devices and they have to apply their understanding to which device, which VI characteristics is suitable. With that understanding, I have written L3. But with your explanation, sir, it suits L2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I mean, again, you are the expert on the topic, but
Yeah.
going
Yes,
by
sir.
the question, it appears that it is
looks
at
like
L2
L2
level.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the 1C, what are the peripheral effects of power electronics and how to minimize the effects?
Again here,
Sir.
L2 is okay.
They need to explain their understanding in how we need to minimize the peripheral effects. So it requires understanding level. That's why I have written L2, sir. L1 is just remembering, but they need to understand first, then they can explain this. This is what
but my
perception.
question is, can they simply rely on his or her memory? Okay, recollect and reproduce.
No, this is
Can't
not
they happen here?
It may not, sir. It may not. Just recollecting may not help because effects are different, sir. Peripheral effects are different.
No, but they are there, no, in the textbook. For a given, topic or whatever, the peripheral effects of power electronics.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir.
And how to minimize these effects must also be part of your discussion during the class, right?
But
can they just rely on their memory? Okay, recollect and reproduce, or it goes beyond that.
That is also major part, sir. That is also major part. Just recollect and reproduce. But I expect
that is major or minor, but if it is confined to that, then it has to be L1.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Something like list the advantages of two-stroke engine or four-stroke engine. It's just L1.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. This is Ashik Bulari, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Sir, what will be the expectation of a faculty while teaching any of the subject? We feel that the student should understand this particular concept, and then by understanding the particular concept, they will write the answers in the examination. That is the expectation of a faculty. So we feel that it is in the level of L2.
No, you upgrade the question to L2 level, no?
No, sir. Suppose I teach some particular one concept. Not on. I expect the student to understand the concept, and by understanding the concept, he's writing the answer. That's how I expect it, sir. Like, I'm not. I don't feel it like he will recall and write.
No, Professor. Yesterday we discussed, no, the cognitive processes
yes, sir, cognitive
associated
process,
with each of the levels.
Levels, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we may think that, you know, he when he is explaining, so it is understand level.
Almost there are
There is
some
always a
cognitive-
danger.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
That he can just recollect and reproduce. So how do I make him process the information, okay, that fall into one of the 7 cognitive processes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For understanding. Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then it is at L2. Say for example,
Yes.
you expect something which is in the graphical form.
Yes, sir.
And you can expect the student to come up with his own explanation for that.
Okay,
Graphics to text form.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Some text to number form.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, he has to process the information.
Okay, sir.
Before he comes up with his own answer for that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so inferring, explaining, comparing. Okay. See, there are some 7 processes.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
So if the question is designed wisely, where teacher is making the student to process the information,
Yes.
right, and
Yes,
then
sir.
come up with the answer, it is understanding level.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But
like we will
otherwise,
give us some graph or diagram, and then we will ask the student based on this, what is your understanding? Like,
no, I don't say that is the only way.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So please go back, study those 7 processes which are listed under understand.
Understanding. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can pick up which is most suited for the course.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, or that chapter.
Okay,
So
sir.
bring that there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So see, we may think that a student has to know this before he answers. See, everything has to be known only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we have to distinguish the students who can simply recollect and reproduce, and the guys who have understood and they have written the answers. The responsibility, the onus is on us teachers.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
that is the crux here.
Okay, sir.
Now, see, there can always be argument.
Yes,
Even,
yes.
we can frame a question and
Yes.
map it to L3,
L3.
saying that if he has understood,
We will apply
only he will
we
apply.
will analyze. Yes, yes.
Okay, but if same problem, if same thing is discussed in the class, then it is basically reproducing, right?
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
So onus is on us teachers.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And we should remember those cognitive processes, okay, which will decide the cognitive load on the student.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
And then we should arrive at the levels.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
See, it
Okay,
takes
sir.
time, right?
Yes, sir.
It
Yes, sir.
takes
With
time.
experience,
We
we
need
will
to
come to.
understand.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
with experience,
Yes.
it comes. But
Okay.
for that, a lot of discussion has to happen amongst the faculty members who are teaching the same or similar courses, so
Okay, sir.
that the understanding will be better.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right?
Thank you, sir.
But
Thank you, sir.
what you have raised is a valid point.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes. I have a doubt, sir.
But
Like,
we cannot leave everything to students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So
Yes.
how can I differentiate a good from a very good?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So the responsibility is with me.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just to continue with the discussion, sir.
Yeah.
The question number 1C, as it is not explicitly given in the syllabus, or it has not explicitly discussed in the class, sir. This question, or it is implicit when we are discussing the things in the class about the the concept. It was not directly discussed, but it is imbibed in what our discussion. With that, I have given the question, but with whatever the discussion.
If you are convinced,
Yeah.
okay, we do not have any problem.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you are convinced with the question and the way you are asking is something what you are testing the student for his understanding level.
Yes.
Absolutely, there is no problem.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Sir.
But
yes,
as it appears when we see the question.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly, sir.
So,
I can reframe the question.
Yeah, it again, it is your take.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I well taken, sir. Well taken. Thank you. So question number 2A, explain the reverse recovery characteristics of a diode. So it is again understanding level, sir, and related to CO1. And question number 2B is analyze the operation of a single phase full wave diode bridge rectifier with the help of circuit diagram and waveform with RL low. So it is L3, sir.
But again, you have to think over this, see whether it really qualifies for L3 or it is at L2. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know the cognitive load that is there on the student. Okay, whether it goes beyond L2 or it is at L2 level.
Because they need to write waveforms, they need to explain the.
Work may be too much, but when it comes to the
level of
cognitive part, it is all L2 what I feel.
Okay.
It is not the amount of work that will decide these levels. Right?
True, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. 2C, sir. It's a question and a problem they need to solve. So it is L3, sir. 2D, explain the significance of freewheeling diode. Again, it is.
I think, Professor, if the intent is understood, I think can we move forward?
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you being giving me the opportunity. Thank you, sir. Sir, with your permission.
Dr. Basaraj, you can make Amit Panchwadkar as the presenter. You can just drag.
I have stopped work, sharing, sir.
Yeah, you press on participants. There you'll see to the left of your name one arrow mark.
Amit, sir.
Yeah, you drag and drop on Amit Panchwadkar.
How to, sir? I am not.
Just take your mouse there, click, and bring it down
drag it.
No, I am not able to do it.
No, upward arrow mark is there, no, in a red color. On that you click and hold this thing.
Upward
arrow
mark is not there, sir. Upward arrow mark is not there, sir. Here, I have stopped sharing.
No, on your name in the participants list.
First, you have to see the participant list.
My name, I have to check it, sir.
No, it is there in the top one. You first click on the participants.
No.
Okay, Saurabh, can you make Dr. Amit as the presenter? To the right side of your screen at the bottom, you can see an icon with a person. On that you click. Just to the left of chat window, chat icon.
I'm not able to see my name itself, sir. So that is.
It is in the panelist name, panelist list.
At the top.
Top only, sir. Only.
Saurabh? Or anybody from AICT office?
Whom to make, sir, presenter?
Amit Panchwadkar.
Okay,
Amit
Amit,
ji,
now you are
make
the
the presenter.
presenter. You can share.
Please unmute.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. I'm just trying to share the things. Just a moment. Okay. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yeah, visible.
Yeah, visible.
Thank you, sir. This is Amit Panchwadkar from Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, Nigadi, Pune. The course which I have taken for presentation here is Kinematics and Theory of Machines, which is at second year level of a BTech program of mechanical engineering. Now, going through the outcomes, the first outcome is to identify and analyze the mechanisms in real life applications. The second outcome is to compute velocity and acceleration of mechanisms by analytical method and graphical method. Synthesize, the third outcome is synthesize linkages and cams for useful purpose. Fourth outcome is understand fundamentals of gear theory and analyze epicyclic gear train for speed and torque.
Is it okay
And
to use
the
understand?
fifth, yes,
Is
sir.
it okay? Is it okay to use understand as action word?
The reason why understand is required here is because these students are studying the gear theory itself for the first time. They don't have
No,
any
how
of
you will
this.
come to know that they have understood? Only when they explain, when they
Yes, sir.
solve, when
Yes,
they list, then only you will come to know, no?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, understand should not be used. It is
Okay,
not
sir.
action verb.
Okay, sir.
Appropriate action.
Yeah. I'll modify it, sir.
And also, two action verbs are not to be used in a single course outcome. That is not
Okay,
the
sir.
good practice.
Yeah.
You can split that and have two course outcomes if you think you really need two course outcomes.
Okay, sir. Okay. Now the first question, which was related to identify and analyze the mechanism in real life applications, is this is the figure wherein the students should be able to classify the mechanism based on the motion aspect of output link or based on the motion aspect of the sprayer. So here some dimensions are given. Student has to understand or apply the rule and try to understand what type of input output motion relationship it gives. And therefore I have considered Bloom's level as 3 and PI as 2.1.2. Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, you can please go ahead.
Okay. The next question is again related to the same form of mechanism, wherein students should be able to compute the angular velocity of the water spraying link. That is, this is the output link, for which the motor speed is given, that is input link speed is given, and the dimensions of links are given here. So I think it should be L2 rather than L3 with whatever understanding we had from the discussions till this point. So here we want to compute the angular velocity of the output link, but we will not get it directly from the formulation. We require to plot the velocity polygons, and then we require to obtain it on getting the completion of velocity polygon. So student has to understand what is the input link and how to start drawing the velocity polygon itself. The third question in the is related to CO3, that is synthesize. Here we are synthesizing a mechanism to produce a function of y is equal to log of x within an interval of spacing. So here 3 precision points is required to be obtained from this Chebyshev spacing. Again here L2 level is there, and the PI is 1.3.1. So students should be able to apply the knowledge. Then question number 2 is to draw the kinematic diagram for the mechanism shown. This is a real life application mechanism. Student has to understand where the mechanism is existing here and should be in a position to draw the kinematic chain from the real life application. For these two different applications is shown. Then the next question is related to computing the angular acceleration of the mechanism. The same spraying mechanism is provided, wherein the output link angular acceleration is to be determined, and the link dimensions are given. So again he has to compute the angular acceleration, and for which he has to draw the acceleration diagram and velocity diagram, and then he can compute the same. So again I am wrong here. I should not write as fourth level of fourth Bloom's level. It should be third Bloom's level itself, max third level. Sir, I have a doubt here with this question number 3A. I'm just trying to mention here is evaluate different follower displacement programs based on the 3 aspects.
Yeah, but again, the answer will be general, no, here.
Yeah, he has to evaluate 3 different programs and then comment on what is the best suited for best suited displacement program.
Yeah, that is what. But what do you mean by displacement program?
Actually, when we draw cams and when we try to synthesize a cam, we require to give input as the displacement follower, and the
Yeah, correct. I got
way
it.
the follower
So
moves
I
from
got
one
it, but
location
it is
to
all
other.
general, no? The comments, they will be general comments.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
they will be general
there
comments.
cannot
So,
be any specific comments. There is not for him to say that if this is more, then it is not advantageous, or if it is less, it is advantageous. So that is all not possible here. It is based on what he knows. So I think it is L2.
okay, sir. Okay. Okay, and then if I go for this next point, that is a disk cam is to be designed for an automated part loader. Considering it to be a high speed machine, suggest suitable follower displacement program and draw the follower displacement diagram. So here the specific condition is given. So can I say that this is of L3 level then?
So you are the better judge, you know, how easy or
Yeah.
difficult it is. Okay, how much of information processing is there on the part of student?
Okay.
Right? Then go back to the cognitive processes associated with different levels.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. and this is the design question wherein the student is supposed to design a cam for the given conditions, and then he has to determine the velocities and accelerations for the follower displacement program involved. So can I call it as L3 one then? Because the context is already given for the student, I think. Yes, sir. Am I audible? Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, you are
Yes, sir.
audible. See, you have already
Yes,
mentioned
sir.
it to be L3, no?
Yes, sir. I have already
But
mentioned it as L3. Okay.
yeah,
Thank you,
it
sir.
is okay. Exercise or problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Then for this particular question here, we have a spur gear pair. The contact begins at a point on the flank portion and ends at a point on the face portion. Obtain an expression for length of path of contact and give your comments on path of contact if module of the gear is increased. So can I say it as level 3? Because if I'll add this comment statement or comment part, am I extending it to L3 then?
But again, comments will be general,
Or
no? In the absence of any data, any specific thing, it's all general.
okay, sir. The next question is related to compare cycloidal gear tooth profile and involute tooth profile to justify why involute tooth profile is universally used.
So you have to justify why it is L4. What level of analysis he has to do, what interpretations he has to make, how can he use his analysis to answer this question.
So basically he has to understand what is the effect of contact between two involute tooth profiles, how they are generated, both
That
involute
is
as
what,
well as
L2, you
cycloidal.
only told. He should have understood the two profiles. If he has understood, then he can answer this question.
Okay, sir. So what I could understand is if I want to reach to that L4 level, I have to specifically give some situation and comments here.
Yeah, there has to be some context. Okay, there has
Okay.
to be some case, right? Then he will have to understand the case, then make use of the data given there or the situations given there. Then he should relate, those things to the different parts which influence the solution, and then he can come up with his own interpretation. He or she.
Okay, sir. That's it from my side. I could understand the
Thank
things
you.
now.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Saurabh, can you make Santosh Nandkumar ji as presenter? Santosh Nandkumar. Yeah, Santosh Nandkumar ji, now you are the presenter. Please unmute. and share your question paper. Santosh Nandurkar, sorry, Nandurkar. Santosh, you are there? Hello?
Sir, Santosh is saying that his microphone is not working. So should we permit him to share his screen?
No, if he is not able to speak, it's difficult. Then make somebody else from the waiting list. Vittal Navale is there. Sudarshan Kandpal is there. Anyone you can make.
Whom should I make the presenter? Anyone
Vittal,
can unmute himself and I will make him the presenter. Or sir, you tell anyone whom should I make the presenter?
I think somebody is speaking, you can.
Smruti Rekha Mohanty.
Rekha Mohanty, just
Smruti
speak.
Rekha Mohanty. Good
Yeah,
afternoon, sir.
yeah. You start speaking, madam, he will make you a presenter.
Okay, sir, I'm Smruti Rekha Mohanty. I'm working as an assistant professor in economics in School of Humanities, Deemed to be University. Sir, actually, I'm new to this question making, but by attending these sessions, I learn lots of things. Actually, the question paper we are preparing, what are the mistakes I am doing? I got it. And I think my question paper contains mistakes. I'm committing. I have
It's
committed.
okay. It's a learning. It's a learning for
Yes,
everyone.
yes. That's why I have joined this program to learn the things. And thank you so much. You have given me a chance to attend this program and learn from here. Actually,
Madam,
teachers.
please share your screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, is it visible, sir? Sir, is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Sir, it is third semester question paper for engineering economics, and the course code is HS2002, and these are the course outcomes. Basically, I'm economics teacher. So first one is course outcome is to understand you are saying that understand word will not be used.
Yeah.
Am I correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Second one also to understand how various economic principles help to solve the economics. This is also wrong
Madam,
understanding.
rather than just remembering that understand should not be used, these 4 words we should not use: understand, appreciate, know, and learn. Because how I can know that somebody is understood it, and how somebody is appreciating it, unless he speaks about it, explains about it. Okay. So therefore, these words cannot be measured. For that reason, they are banned. Otherwise, in general, the conversation we say that, yeah, okay, I have understood. Have you understood? This type of question we ask. But when it comes to action verb, they are difficult to measure. We come to know a student has understood or not only when he explain about it, or when he solve a problem related to it.
Sir, in
Or
place of this understanding, what is the word we can use here?
yeah,
Suppose a
that's why
student is given
in
its
chat window I had
fundamentals of
answered
economic
someone.
theory.
Either you can say explain, describe, such
Explain
things.
this. So then third one is to use economic information to manage the organizations. Sir, here I have added this one to create awareness towards all the economic issues related to. I think the all word is wrong here. Financial market, budget, monetary, credit, and fiscal policies. Basically, little bit policies regarding knowledge will be given to the students.
Madam, only thing is that there cannot be, 2 action verbs in one course outcome.
Okay, sir. I'm noting
So
down.
measurement becomes difficult.
Okay, sir.
See, one verb is at a lower level, another one is testing the student at a higher level. And if a question is, mapped to that particular course outcome, then assessment and attainment calculation becomes difficult. Right? So one course outcome with one action verb is a good practice.
Okay, got it.
Can you go to your questions, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So this is the question pattern for the online exams, basically. Just before this COVID, during this COVID, we have conducted. So first question is, what type of goods are called giffen goods, and what is the shape of the demand curve, and wow, and why? So this is remember label. So it is the first label L1, and the CO is the first one. Sir, actually, I need more time to learn the PI and competencies. I'm little bit confused about that. I will learn that one. That's why I have not mentioned that one here, sir.
Yeah, you can please refer to exam reforms document. Okay.
Definitely, sir.
There is a very detailed mention of all those things.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is it okay, sir? Remembering label
Yeah, it
L1?
should be okay, no problem.
Yes, sir, I'm coming to the third one. Actually, this is a question. The total cost function is given, and what is the average fixed cost, and when output is 400. So this one I have taken as understanding label, that is L2, and write an expression for the marginal cost. I have apply label I have given here. So it is L3. Will it be okay, sir? So actually understanding means if the student understand the concept, after that he can answer this one.
Writing an expression doesn't require him to understand, no? He can simply remember and reproduce.
So it should be
The
remembered.
formula for marginal cost, he can simply reproduce, right?
Reproduce. Sir, next I'm coming to.
And also you should check whether, in one question you can ask in two small bits there.
Yes, sir.
So how will you award marks? All those things you need to check, because question number C, there are 2 bits.
2 bits. Sir, actually it is 2 mark question. So one
2
for.
mark question, but when, while assessing,
Yes, sir.
say one is at understand level, another one is at apply level.
Sir, that is the wrong thing, I think, apply
Okay,
level.
wrong thing, but say, if it is the right thing, say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you award 1 mark, say one of the 2 is correct.
Yes, yes.
But then you will map it to which level later on.
Got it, sir. Got
That
it,
will
sir.
be a
Apply
problem.
level is higher than this understanding.
No, that will be a problem. So better, be clear about it.
Sir, the question number D, it is a mathematics application. So as I have attended from morning and yesterday classes, and they clarified now actually. So I think it is applicable. I think I have written here understandable. So kindly guide me for the
But
question
if
number D.
if it is too elementary thing where he is simply using the formula and getting
Yes,
the
sir, he
result,
is using the formula.
then it is
Sometime
at
when
the
we are
understand level only.
understandable.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I have written here understandable.
Yeah. I mean, as a teacher, I have to make some judgments.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir, another question is here. Complete the following table. And I have given it as a apply level. So here the student have to learn what is total revenue, what is average revenue, and marginal revenue. Then relationship between them. After that, he can use his knowledge to fill these blanks.
Yeah, I think this should be okay.
The next is long type questions. I'm coming to here. This is 444. I have given this marking. So basically, sir, in our university, it is applied economics. Majority questions are from mathematics, application of mathematics. So that's why I have given is apply label. So if the student understand what is elasticity of demand and how a demand equation is defined with the equation, after that he can calculate this income elasticity of demand. So for example, here the answer is this 0.5 is the coefficient and the formula
No,
is.
we may not understand many things, madam.
Okay, sir.
We
Sorry, sir.
explain because we are not from that domain.
Okay.
But again, question number 2A has many sub questions. But when we map the marks awarded to question number 2A,
Yes.
there will be a problem because one bit is at apply level, the other one is at understanding level.
Is the thing.
So please take care of that.
I'm
And
getting that
also,
point, sir.
How many questions are there in question number 2? A, B,
and C.
A, B, and C. Okay. So it is better to map, every bit to the particular CO. Okay. So question number 2A to CO2, question number 2B to CO2, question number 2C to CO3. So that if you can
So
do that
every
way,
bit.
it is more clear, right? Otherwise, it should be okay.
Yes, sir. Every bit should be mapped with the COs.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Relevant COs. Okay. And I think now you have understood the mapping of levels to
I
the
got
question.
it, got it. Sir, another thing I
You
want
can
to
go
ask.
ahead. Yeah.
One thing I want to ask, so that is regarding the assignments actually. Coming to that one, this is the question part. So this is the way I have prepared the internal. This is quiz anything. So for this assignment and presentation, I have given an assignment to the students. Actually, it is a report writing. It is a report writing, sir. Report writing on consumption of monthly grocery food items by households. So here what the student will do, just a second, I'm sharing it through. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, visible.
So this is the assignment I have given to the student. This is the purpose and this is the role of students, what he will do after learning. For example, he know the what is for demand forecasting, and by collecting data, he will collect the data from the 10 or 5 any households, and he calculate, evaluate, then write his report. So it is one type of report writing, sir. So what is the labels I will give here? I want to know about it, sir.
No, for the entire assignment, you have to fix a level. Okay. Yesterday we saw that, see, when I say create level includes all the previous levels.
Sir, everything. So I am written here applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating.
Yeah. So if you want to simply award, marks out of 10.
Yes, sir.
Then it is, if you think it is at the create level, then that will address that. But if you go for use rubrics,
yes, sir.
to assess the students, okay, then you can have rubrics where some will address apply part, some rubric will address analyze part, some rubric will address evaluate part, and so on. So then you will have a better resolution.
Got it, sir. Got it. So another thing, another assignment. It is one assignment, peer evaluation, 10 marks. That is, what is the purpose? That after completing the syllabus, the students are divided into different groups, and they are given to, or they are asked to prepare the questions. Each group will prepare the question. So just a second, sir. Sorry, it's not there. So they will prepare the question. Again, understanding level. The labels are given by me. Suppose understanding level, then the difficulty level, easy level. They will prepare, and I have collected the questions and selected questions on that basis, and other group of people are appearing these questions. So after that, the mark, whatever they are getting, and I have given the mark according to that. So this is creating level or evaluating level. Sir, which level it will?
No, that needs to be decided by the teacher. Okay, depending upon the complexity you create there.
Yes, so actually,
Okay.
this is one type of peer evaluation by collecting questions from the students, and they will evaluate answers. That means the questions are created by the students and they are answering. Other group of students
But
are
I am not sure whether you can consider these evaluations of levels for attainment. I think Professor Theory sir will throw some light on that. Can we take
Yes,
this
sir. Yes, sir.
peer evaluation for attainment measurement, sir?
Peer evaluation about because I was busy in typing the answer. Can you repeat it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, actually, this is peer evaluation. It is one type of activity where the students, after completion of the syllabus, the students are divided into different groups.
Yeah.
After that, each group will prepare a question according to the labels, easy, difficult, and moderate level. And I have collected the data and interchanged the questions between the students with the other classes. And after that, they appear the exam. They appear the exam. And the answers I have collected, and they secure some marks over there. So it
It
is
is
a
part of
level.
their continuous internal evaluation, part of their internal marks.
Yes, sir, part of internal marks.
And whether what you are going to test them here.
Sir, actually, I'm going to test that again, sir. Understanding level. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm getting the point. Understanding level. Then how they are interpreting their knowledge here. I think it is creating. That's why I have written here evaluating and creating.
I think you should be very specific about. Can you tell one question which you give to them?
So just a second. For that, I have to open my Google.
Madam, let me tell you, if you, whatever either you do quiz, assignment or any other activity,
Yes.
it should be with reference to a CO.
Okay, sir.
So if it is with reference to a CO, then you can consider that. But if it is not related to a CO, then you cannot. So yesterday you learnt about course assessment plan, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in the course assessment plan, you map CO with either quiz, internal test, assignment, and peer evaluation. If that mapping is correct, then you can use it. Your assessment method should match with the CO. If matching is not correct, then you cannot use. That is the general answer.
Just a second.
It's okay, madam. Just see whether it falls into the course assessment plan, that format. Left
Okay,
side, you
sir.
write the course outcome, then you give the assessment weightage, then you map with either a test, internal test 1, test 2, quiz, peer evaluation, whatever you call assignment, then it can be done.
Sir, I think it's visible to you, I think. So this is the way I have given it. So this is the group team member. Number of students are there. And
No, madam, what we want is the questions what you are asking,
yes.
are they related to particular CO or not?
Sir, see here. According to again, I have given this one to according to Bloom's taxonomy to the
No,
student.
Bloom's taxonomy, okay. But when it comes to attainment, these questions should be related to a particular CO.
Yes, sir, definitely. Definitely. It is related to the COs. Because whatever they are learning from the class, from that they are created this, they have prepared this questions. Only the levels I have given easy, hard, then students are mentioning here, this is our level, difficulty.
Each question carries only 1 mark?
Yes, sir, 1 and 2 marks.
But later on, calculating the attainment is becomes tedious job, no? If too many questions, a small quantity of marks.
Yes, sir, actually this is the first time me and my colleague, Ananya Mitra, we have started, that means because it is a different kind of activity. So let's see how the students are replying, and we are getting very good response from the students. And they
Yeah,
are
we
more
always
involved with the
appreciate
study.
people doing experimentation, pedagogical experimentation you can do, there is a lot of learning happens. But only thing is when it comes to CO, calculation of CO attainment, a lot of work is involved.
Okay, thank you, sir. I am getting the point, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sparing your time, sir, and giving me chance, sir.
Welcome. Saurabh, please make Vitthal Navale as a presenter. Vitthal Navale. Saurabh?
I've already made him.
Okay.
I've also unmuted him, sir.
Yeah. Vitthal Navale, are you there? Please respond. Vitthal Navale. I think there is no response from Vitthal Navale. You can make Dr. Ravi Kumar Guruswamy.
Dr. Ravi Kumar or who else is there can unmute himself and speak. I will make him the presenter.
Rajesh. Meenu Mehta.
Rajesh, just hold for a second, Rajesh ji.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Meenu Mehta, I am also here.
Okay, Meenu Mehta. Meenu Mehta ji, I have made you the presenter. Next, Rajesh ji, I will make you after
So
that.
can I start? Do I have the permission, sir?
I have made you the presenter already.
Thank you, sir. So I am Meenu Mehta, and I work as a professor at IES MCRs, Bandra, Mumbai. Sir, thank you so much for this workshop. There is, big learning for us. Though we have been in the process of working on COs and POs, we have not yet started on performance indicators, sir. And now after this workshop, one of my other colleagues, Dr. Gazia, is also attending this. After this workshop, sir, we will start working on the performance indicators also. Sir, I take managerial economics for the MBA program. We have trimester system. So this is taught in the first trimester. So now, sir, going to the COs. Sir, I learned about the Kalu forbidden words yesterday. So you will find one forbidden word in one of the CO. Showing you the way it is. After this, I will be working with my colleagues and reworking the COs. So CO1 says, show the capability to apply the concepts of managerial economics and relate them with current business events. Sir, because we are an MBA college, the maximum importance here is given to application. So you will find, sir, that in all the COs, we are talking about application. CO2 says demonstrate the capability to understand and apply economic models of consumption. CO3 prove the capability to apply competitive market models in contemporary business universe. Sir, any comment from you on the COs?
Madam, left side you close it
Oh,
and
yeah.
also a little bit zoom it so that you can, yeah.
Better now, sir? Is it better?
Yeah, still, oh, no, it is too much. 140 or.
So is it better?
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
good.
So, sir, any comment on the COs?
No, at the top there should be a line. At the end of the course, students should be able to. That
Students
should
should be able to.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Below Try Minister 1,
Yeah.
at the end of the course.
At the end of the course,
The
student
student will be able to.
should be able to. And then the COs
And
will.
put colon. So
Yes.
that statement is common to every CO written.
Right, sir. Right.
And it's better to start with the action verb.
Okay.
Students should be able to apply the concepts.
Acha. Apply. So there is no need of show capability.
Yeah.
Should
be able to apply.
So second one should be okay, sir. Demonstrate.
The capability. Again, to understand and apply have come.
Sir,
Two action verbs should, yeah.
Sir, so demonstrate the capability to apply is okay?
Other than apply economic models for consumption for which?
Yes, sir.
So demonstrate is also a verb.
Okay. So demonstrate what? That could be a question, sir. If I remove application part. Demonstrate application of economic models. Is
No,
that
yeah,
okay?
the subject to which level you want to take. Do you want to take them to some analyzed level also?
Yes.
Then you can analyze, you can start with analyze. See, some people had asked, suppose if I write apply, analyze, design, will it not fix the Bloom's level? So it fix the Bloom's level at highest level. Suppose if it analyze starts, then it does not mean that the question what you ask should be at analyzed level only. You can still ask still you can ask L1 level question, L2 level question, L3 and L4, but you cannot ask L5 because in CO is limited to analyzed level.
Correct, sir. Yeah. So I cannot ask, say, something related to create or design.
Yeah. You still up to L4 level, you can ask question if your CO is at L4 level.
Okay, sir, I am putting this in red right now because I would want to discuss it with my colleagues in case it limits our ability to make a question paper. And so the third one, prove the capability.
Do you need the demonstrate the capability? Rather, you can simply start analyze economic models of consumption.
Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion, sir. It makes it simple. Sir, analyze is better. Yes, sir. And third one then should be apply, no, sir, then?
Yeah. Or if you have anything else, you can think.
Okay, sir. Instead of apply, if anything else can be used. Right, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, I will look into that. Sir, we are an MBA college and performance indicators is something which we have not yet started. But after this workshop, sir, we will start working on that. So that is why, sir, the PI column I have not been able to fill. Sir, may I start with the question paper?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, question number 1 says attempt any one. There are 2 parts, 2 questions, A and B. Out of the 2, they can attempt any one. Both the questions are related to CO1, and the Bloom's level is 0.3. Analyze the impact on equilibrium price and quantity when demand and supply change in the same direction and when demand and supply change in opposite directions.
Yeah, one thing I appreciate is you have maintained marks, CO, and Bloom's level same for main question as well as choice question. That is the right approach.
Yes, sir. The internal choices have all got same COs, sir.
Yeah, same CO, same Bloom's level.
Yeah,
And
correct,
same
sir.
marks. That is exactly what everybody should follow. As far as the question is concerned, as we are from mechanical engineering, we don't have much to comment.
Sir, I appreciate your patience, especially when it is from a different domain.
Yeah.
Similarly, on the B part also, we are talking about analyze only because we want to maintain the same level of difficulty. So analyze profit maximization using MC equal to MR approach when all units are sold at the same price and when more units are sold at a lower price. So out of these 2, whichever option the student picks up, they will be able to satisfy CO1 and Bloom level L3.
Only one suggestion, madam. Since it is finance related, what is the name of subject, ma'am?
Managerial economics.
Managerial economics. Can you bring in a scenario of a real world?
Sir. Sure.
Yeah, let it be a paragraph. So students will be able to read, comprehend, then understand what happens in the real world situation, and then let him answer rather than a specific type of questions.
Sure, sir, sure. That's a very good suggestion.
This type of questions, real world scenario based questions, will really take the student understanding to a higher level.
Ji, sir. Ji. Noted, sir. So, sir, what you are saying is instead of writing analyze the impact on equilibrium price, I can create a situation in which understood, sir. Next.
That is always better. That is always better.
Ji, sir. Very good. Sir, thank you so much.
Again, I will say, before asking such type of questions in the exam, in the classroom also you should deal such type of questions.
Ji, sir. Ji, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, question number 2. Now this is attempt any 2 and 3 are given and 5 marks for each. Sir, so these are statements and the student has to tell whether they agree or disagree and they have to justify why they are saying so. So price ceiling and price floor both lead to deadweight loss. This is the first one. Tying and
the question is about Bloom's taxonomy level.
So, sir.
Since there is no scenario, so standard answers everybody will write.
Correct, sir.
Then it will be L2 only.
Then it will be L2 only. Okay. So it will
L1 or L2. Again, you have to decide which is correct. Since justifier using some understanding is required, based on that, I am writing L2.
Okay. And sir, suppose I put a real world paragraph here also, then I can call it as L4?
No, L4 means based on situation, you should be able to analyze. You should take him beyond application level. Some calculation you will do, from that you will get some value, then you will interpret that value. Then you will say this is good or this is bad. Either you agree or don't agree. So you should take him beyond those levels.
Okay. So, sir, suppose instead of directly talking about price ceiling and price floor, suppose I say that fixing the price floor for agricultural goods leads to deadweight loss. Do you agree? Sir, in that case, can I call it as L3 at least? Because now I am talking.
Whether he is doing some calculation or he simply, suppose if I say I will agree, I will not agree, then how many marks I will get?
So for that, I will give only 1 if he just says I agree or I don't agree.
No, what is more expected in that?
Sir, they have to explain with the diagram and they have to tell us why a deadweight loss is created and how fixing a price ceiling or a price floor inevitably leads to that.
Whether each student will have different types of ceiling he will use for his analysis?
So that will be standard. That's a standard diagram.
Standard diagram.
Yes, sir. So then it will be L2. Sir.
L2, that's right.
Okay, sir, I understood. Thank you, sir. Similarly, sir, I think then all the three will become L2.
L2, yeah.
Yes, all three will be L2, sir. They will not be L4. Coming to question 3, sir. Discuss the underlying economic concept or principle for any 5 of the following. So there are some options. For example, due to unseasonal rains, onions were sold at rupees 200 per kg. Now here, sir, they will have to actually apply and say that this is because of a non-price determinant of demand, and then they have to draw the diagram also and show. So I thought L3 is justified, sir. What is your thought on this?
No, if it is just an illustration, then again it will be L2.
Okay. Okay. But sir, this is not just an illustration. This is actually applying a concept which was taught in the class. Monetization.
Okay. As part of the answer, what all he will do in answering this question?
As part of the answer, sir, the student has to explain that the difference between increase in demand and extension in demand. The student will draw a diagram and the student will explain why onion prices, because of the non-price determinants, onions were being sold at 200 rupees a kg. Or why
In the graph, he is calculating different points and joining them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So same is true for all of these. But all will not have diagram. For example, information asymmetry is a common business occurrence. There is no diagram in this. The student has to explain Nuriel Rubini's concept of information asymmetry and maybe with an example. And different students will have different examples. So
no, ultimately what we want to find out is whether it is going beyond his memory and understanding.
Beyond memory and understanding. Yes, sir, it is. Because memory, will be about the concept that I taught. Understanding would also be related to the theoretical inputs in the class. This is going beyond because we are talking about real life problems now. Demonetization led to fall in the sale of apartments. So it is going beyond remembering and understanding, sir. Is L3?
So he is doing some calculation.
There is no calculation, sir. There is application.
No, is it just an interpretation of a situation or whether some calculation of numerical values based on that he is interpreting and then telling something?
No, sir. This is interpretation. There is no calculation in this.
So that's why I'm telling if it is just the interpretation, will it go beyond L2?
Oh, okay, sir. Then this also becomes L2. Fine, sir. So this entire question then is L2. Fine, sir. Sir, question number 4.
And if you want to take it to L3, then you have to give some more data.
Okay.
And make them to calculate something. If some, again, we don't know the subject, that's why difficult. So based on certain calculated value, they should be able to comment.
Okay, but
whether they calculate some indices or something, they should calculate. Based on that, their judgment should be based on that. They interpret that value they have calculated. On that basis, they say take some conclusion.
Okay.
Or express their opinion.
So it has to be data based if it has to become L3. Correct,
Yeah, for L3, minimum some data is required. And for L4, some constraint and scenario is required.
Data based. I've made a note, sir. Sir, question 4. evaluate the impact on your household consumption patterns caused by the corona pandemic. In your opinion, are some of these changes sustainable? So now after this discussion, I don't think this is L5.
Okay.
Sir, maybe it is.
Because you can take it to L5 provided if you give data constraints scenario. In your household, you are telling how many people are there, what is the income of the family, whether one person is earning or more than one person is earning. Then what is the price hike in the market? Then a little more data, and then who is, whether the pandemic has affected the person who is earning or somebody else. So all that should, so it should take him to beyond analysis level. Then we have to compare with something standard or non-corona period. Then here, if you have to make a judgment or evaluation, then it is alpha. Otherwise, right now it cannot be alpha because there is nothing in it. Everything is generic.
So right now it will be what, sir? Then L2 or L3?
L3, how you put it?
Because, sir,
Because consumption pattern is not mentioned. Only thing is, we generally, whether the person is your student or not, we can always say coronavirus pandemic, there was inflation, there was this logistic got affected, price went up, even many of people, they lost the job. So it affected the life in general terms, everybody can say. But specific answer will not come.
Right, sir. Okay. Sir, I'll change it to L2 then, sir.
Yeah.
The other option, sir, for that was critically evaluate the performance of direct benefit transfer scheme of Government of India. In your opinion, is it an efficient mechanism for transfer of subsidies?
So again, you can say with the same logic, you can come to that conclusion only L2. But what is important is we have to understand it is possible to take the same question to higher level.
Yes,
If
sir.
a question is at L2, you can make it L3, you can make it L4, provided if you redesign the question.
So, sir, for example, in this B part, we are talking about the direct benefit transfer scheme. So maybe I can give them data that when the Jan Dhan scheme was not being implemented, what was the leakage in the system? And after the scheme was implemented, some such thing I will have to provide in the question, right, sir?
Yeah. So overall, the quality of questions will significantly improve, and the student, even when he read question, also he learns a lot.
Sir. Yes, right, sir. Sir, similarly, question 5 is attempt any one. So differentiate between the market structures that apply to these businesses. So, sir, market structures are standard, but real life business examples are taken and students have to tell how Lawrence and Mayo is different from Rupa Opticians. And for example, sir, they will have to tell whether this is oligopoly or this is monopolistic competition. And then they will also have to tell which of those features which are part of the standard theory are applicable in this case. Similarly, sir, rail transport in India, which will be classified as monopoly, and road transport in India, which will, it will be called as an oligopoly, but they will have to explain why they are saying so. So, thought L4 should be okay.
No, what you can do it, madam, you can discuss whether you can have two different types of part 1, part 2 in your question paper.
Okay.
Part 1, this type, part 2, where you can give a case study and let the students, based on that narration, you ask some questions, then it is very easy to go to L4 and L5.
Okay.
Even you can give 15 marks or 20 marks for that, even one question, well-designed question, give sufficient time. Okay. So usually 1 mark means 1.8 minutes. So 20 minutes, it will be 20 into 1 point, almost 40, 35 to 40 minutes you can give. Okay. So one, even if they solve very good question, the quality of question paper as well as understanding level of students will improve. Rather than small questions asking many,
Ji,
that
sir.
is one suggestion you can, if you're autonomous college, you can discuss in a board of studies. If you're affiliated college, then you can write to the university.
Sir, we are an autonomous college, so that makes life
So,
a little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
open
You
to
can have
change.
part 1 and part 2. In part 2, you can have a real world scenario completely. Based on that, you can ask question number 1, 2, 3, 4. Give sufficient time.
Yeah.
So each part 5 marks, 20 marks, and you can increase the Bloom's taxonomy level for each of the part. So there will be understanding, application, analysis, and evaluation. All 4 you can test.
So, sir, suppose I give a narration and then I ask questions. Now, those
Narration
questions.
with data. Narration with data.
Ji, sir. Ji.
Yeah.
Sir, then those questions can be mapped with CO1, CO2?
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, question. First part of question may relate to one CO. Yeah, or either they all may relate to the same CO or different COs.
Yeah.
All may have the same Bloom's level or they may have different Bloom's level. Because
Yes.
now there the question bit is there.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
In that way, it can be done.
Ji. Sir, question number 6, I thought it was okay for level 2. Because in this, sir, I mean, this is like standard theory, but it goes beyond remember. So I thought L2 should be okay. Sir, you can.
Yeah, because explain the examples means sitting in the examination hall cannot. He has to depend on his memory only for the examples. Whatever there is there in mind, same thing he can write. So it is, at the most it will be L2 only.
L2 only. Yeah. That's
Okay,
it, sir.
madam. I think let us give the another person because time is running out.
Ji, sir. I am
Yeah,
just
thank you very much.
sharing. I don't know how to unshare, sir.
No, unshare means you take the cursor to the top of your screen.
No, no
Something
problem,
will
sir.
drop
I
down.
will do that.
Yeah.
I will make directly another person who want to present.
Yeah.
Who was there? Ravi sir was there, na? Next who want to present. Ravi sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ravi sir?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir. I made you the presenter. Please share your screen.
Sir, is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Visible.
Yeah.
It's possible little more. You can zoom it little more.
Yes, sir. Is it visible?
Okay.
Yeah, sir. My name is Ravi Angadi. I'm working as assistant professor in Jain College of Engineering, Belgavi, which is affiliated to VTU Belgavi. And this question paper I have set for third semester civil engineering, and the course title is Fluid Mechanics, and course code is 18CV33. Right. So these are the course outcomes, sir. So after successful completion of the course, the students will be able to possess a sound knowledge of fundamental properties of fluids.
Professor Ravi, just to
Yes,
save
sir.
time, okay. So
Yes, sir.
we have had discussions for almost more than 2 hours now.
Okay.
Okay. If you have any specific questions to ask, I think
no, sir, just
that would be better, which will benefit all the participants.
Just I wanted your suggestion. Whatever the Bloom taxonomy or mapped here, whether it is right or wrong, sir. So in question number 1A and 1B, so I have this is a course outcome 1, and Bloom's taxonomy are mapped here 1, that is remembering. And one question I wanted to ask is here in question number 2A, state and prove Pascal's law here, whether it is to be mapped 1 or 2. That is my question, sir. Remembering and
invariably all derivations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to level 1.
Yes, sir.
अब मीटिंग के सर्टिफिकेट के लिए करूंगा
Okay. Okay, sir.
परसों
Okay.
मंडे से
And this lastly, here the mark distribution as per the Bloom's level. So I have taken care the L1 and L2 should not be less than 40%, and also the mark distribution as per the course outcome. So these are the mark distribution I have made, sir. I have given more weightage to CO4 and CO5 because CO4 is apply fundamental laws and also for computing the discharge through the pipes and over the notches. More practical application. For practical application, I given more weightage, sir.
Good.
25 तारीख को ही अब देखो
Is it okay, sir?
मीटिंग हो जाएगी फिर मीटिंग अगर मैं कर दूंगा तो
Right.
I think
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
understood
Yeah,
the
understood.
concept. Right? Good.
Right.
Good.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay.
Saurabh, make Rajesh Kumar Gupta as the presenter. Rajesh Kumar Gupta. Rajesh Kumar ji, you are the presenter?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
I think it has to okay, now it is visible. You can slightly zoom it.
Now it is okay, sir.
A little more.
Yes. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Gupta. Actually, I come from the discipline from biotechnology, and I was trained as actually research from the research background, but then I came in teaching, and then I started teaching some subjects like biochemistry, analytical techniques, or immunology, basically based on my experience, basically. So currently I'm presenting this paper for analytical techniques, which I actually teach to BTech Biotechnology, BTech Medical or MTech Integrated Biotechnology, third semester students, those who are coming after 12th class, very fresh. And my emphasis towards these students to develop their concept and understanding first, major focus on them. Then I would like to go for mostly applying and analyzing these basic concept of analytical techniques. So based on that, the course outcomes are basically demonstrate the basic concepts and principles of major analytical techniques, including
Dr. Rajesh Kumar, no need to read, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only, just a couple of things. Outcome number 3 contains, 2 action verbs which, you can avoid.
Yes, sir.
If it is really required, you split this outcome into 2 and add one more, okay?
Yes, sir.
To
Yes, sir.
take care of the second part of it, that is analysis. In
Yes,
fact,
sir.
there are 3 action verbs: demonstrate, analyze, interpret. I
Yes,
think it is little too much.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Then
Yes.
outcome number 4, again it is little different from the previous outcomes. Okay, so just for the sake of uniformity, you can
Yes, sir.
bring at the top only after course outcomes. At the end of the course, students should be able to, which can be a common phrase for all the outcomes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes,
this
sir.
outcome number 4 can have one of the 2. I think it has only one, that is develop. It can start from develop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Come down to questions.
So
And
it has
if you have any
basically.
specific doubts to ask, please.
No, sir. Actually, I got this concept, basically Bloom's level as well as performance indicators.
Yeah, just
So
run through your
yes, sir.
question paper.
Yes, yes, sir. So actually we have 15 questions of 1 marks, that is basically MCQ based. So here in this MCQ based, basically I plan to test their understanding as well as their remembrance also to the subject. So there are few basic questions and few no.
Yeah, one second.
Yes, sir.
Go
Yes, sir.
up,
Yes, sir.
please. Yeah, here
Yes,
See,
sir.
question number 4 is mapped to 2 levels.
L2 and L3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir.
there are more than many bits are there in question number 4. Only one, no?
Yes. So the first is basically to know to ask which type of illusion method is to elude this, and then based on that, what are the basically this technique is gradient illusion is used in which type of chromatography
But
techniques.
once
sir.
we award marks,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
finally when we consolidate the data,
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
it is difficult to
Yes, sir.
map the mark
Yes, sir.
to the level for question number 4. Say for example, for some reason 1 mark is awarded to student, 1 or 2 here marks.
Yes, 1 mark, sir. 1 marks.
1 mark. Then you are going to award 0.5 for this, 0.5 for the second level, right?
Sir, they have to select one option that is going to be correct. So either any option they will correct. See, this is the correct option: gradient illusion and ion exchange chromatography.
Okay. So
Yes,
if
sir.
that is the case, you have to map it to
Yes, sir.
The higher of the 2 levels.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, to go to higher level, the lower level he has to pass, no?
Yes, sir.
Because all these levels are hierarchical in nature.
Yes.
So L2, L3 means you have to stick on to L3. But again,
Yeah.
you see whether L3 is the right level to map here. And also, you can have only one PI, not 2 PIs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. And then, sir, if I move, these are some MCQ based questions basically. Some numerical questions are also there, very small, just to find out the concentration of some model proteins like bovine serum albumin with percent extinction coefficient of that particular protein. So these are the simple questions just to test their ability to find out the concentration very easily with some easy methods. And there is again we have 5 out of 7 question that is given for 3 marks. So normally in this question, actually I test their remembrance, understanding, and whether they can apply their knowledge of first 2 levels in just giving an explanation. So like this question, what is wall effect? Explain the phenomenon of wall effect in the rapid sedimentation of particle in a fixed angular rotor tubes. So they have to know the centrifugation first, they have to know the wall effect then, and then based on that they will prove that in fixed angle rotors the particle they will strike to the wall and they will get settled down that. So very small question, but to just by that way we wanted to test I wanted to test their ability to apply this concept also. Then sir, if I go for 5 marks questions, similarly, like out of 3, they have to do 2. And simple like what is circular dichroism spectroscopy? How will you use CD spectroscopy in analyzing the changes in conformation of proteins? So again, it is also understanding and applying level. So that's why I have written L2 and L3. And the last basically set of question, there are 3 questions.
But only thing you have to ensure, when you are mapping it to L3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So whatever the knowledge they have acquired, whatever they have understood.
Yes, sir.
Are they applying it to a newer situation?
Yes, sir.
Or
yes.
They are simply reproducing what they have gone through, either in textbook or
Okay,
they
sir.
have been
Yes, sir.
taught in the class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
they
sir.
are applying their understanding to a newer situation, then it is apply. Otherwise,
Yes.
it is understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
Right.
yes, sir. Yes, in 10 marks question, actually, I tried that part. I have given a situation where they have been actually provided with a mixture of proteins that has a specificity for mannose, fucose, and galactose. And all these 3 proteins, they have equal molecular weight. And so they have to basically purify a single type of protein like mannose binding protein out of all these 3 type of protein. So they have to come up with a chromatographic technique for the purification, separation and purification, number 1. they have to tell the principle of the technique that they wanted to use, and they have to suggest an experimental plan to purify this protein, and what would be the elution condition of this protein from that chromatographic resins. So that is,
Are they discussing the process here?
yes, they will tell the principle, and they will also tell the experimental plan, how they will design whole experiments of purifying this type of protein, sir.
And similar discussion or similar problem must have been discussed in the class, right?
Yes, actually, normally I go for a chalkboard teaching, and I especially design these columns and then packing of the resin, and give a condition in which we will load the protein, then we will wash the column, and we'll take flow through, and then specifically we will elute out the specific protein of interest from that column. So I just explain simply by chalkboard method to give the concept in their mind, sir.
So as a teacher, you decide as to whether we
Yes,
are
sir.
expecting students to write the process or procedure step by step, or
yes.
there is some application is there. Okay,
So, yes,
based
sir.
on that, you fix the level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But definitely not two levels, only one level always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
these two COs and two levels both are not correct. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You
Okay,
will
sir.
decide. Otherwise, you break this question into two parts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, the next. Yes, sir.
No, I think it's okay. We will give, because time is running out.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
You
Yes, sir.
can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think Pradeep Karule can be the next presenter.
So I stop my section.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank
you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind guidance, sir.
Welcome. Pradeep Karule may be made. Saurabh? Pradeep Karule.
Sir, I have a request to Mr. Saurav Nagpalji as to give me please the link for submission of my question paper, because I have attended all the all the session, 4 sessions, 15th and 14th, 15th, and today's whole session, sir. So I have request to Mr. Saurav Nagpalji.
Sir, as I told earlier also, in first session, second session, and in all the examination reform session, you can see the downloaded videos also. Only the attendees who attend full sessions of first day, second day, and third will get the link to submit the papers.
Saurabh ji, my request is that I have all the presentation slides for my knowledge.
Sir, presentation slides don't include. We
Sir,
have downloaded
have-
your attendance from the WebEx platform, and according to that only we can submit the paper. For more query, you can mail to exam reform mail ID, examreform@aict-india.org. We will communicate over there.
Saurabh ji, I have attended honestly 100% all the session. This is my request to you, sir.
Sir, we will look forward to it. You can mail on that mail ID that I told you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
same
Please, sir.
thing happened with me also, Ashik Ballari.
We can communicate over there.
So
Now,
please,
next participants may please
Pradeep,
unmute himself. I can make him the presenter.
Pradeep, you start speaking so that Saurabh can make you as a presenter. Pradeep Karule, you are there? Or else Ritu madam, if you are interested, you can unmute and start speaking. Either Pradeep or Ritu madam.
If anyone want to present, he may unmute himself.
I think Dr. Ravi Kumar Guruswamy is there. You just see if he is there.
Sir, shall I present, sir?
Your name,
What is your
please?
name?
Manjunath Ji, sir.
Manjunath Ji.
He is in the
Panelist.
Panelist list. You can.
Saurabh, you can make Manjunath G.
Wait, sir. You can share the screen now, sir. You will get the rights. You have got the rights, sir.
Saurabh, next you can think of Ritu Tuli. Madam is unable to unmute herself. Just
Okay, so I will make Ruti madam.
Manjunath, in the meantime, you can please share your screen.
no, Saurabh, you have made Manjunath, not Manjunath. Manjunath G is there. Manjunath is on mobile. It is not possible.
Yes, sir. I'm unable to share.
Yeah, there is one more person, Manjunath G. Yeah,
Wait, sir, wait in presenter.
Okay, thank you.
Next participant also please unmute himself. I will make him presenter side by side.
Manjunath, you have to unmute yourself and present.
On the screen, lower.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Is it audible, sir?
Yeah,
You're
audible.
audible. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. My name is Manjunath G. I'm working as an assistant professor in Ballari Institute of Technology and Management, Ballari, Karnataka. Today, I take this opportunity to present for the course Electromagnetic Waves from the ENC domain. These are the course outcomes which are written for this course. And the college is affiliated to VTU. And for this course, VTU has predefined course outcomes, but we have written our own course outcomes as per our freedom is concerned, covering complete syllabus. Can you please suggest us if any corrections to be done with respect to these course outcomes written for this course, sir? There are 5 course outcomes written.
Professor Manjunath, already, you have witnessed, the
Yes, sir.
discussion interaction for last 2.5 hours. Right?
Yeah, definitely, sir. Okay.
I think you can make use of what you have gained from that and see how best you can improvise. But as it looks, they are in alignment with the way how they should be.
Okay, sir.
Please go to questions.
With respect to question paper is concerned, actually this question paper is for external examination and total marks is for 100 marks. This is a pattern for each. There are 5 questions totally. Sorry, 10 questions. In each questions there are 2 sub questions. Question 1 and 2. Actually, from each module, there are 5 models. Model 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From each model, there are 2 questions. One question is choice, and each question is asked for 20 marks. Yeah, in each model. Model 1, one question, and it is again split into ABC. Question number 2, ABC. Students are asked to answer any particular question, either 1 or 2 from each model. And this is how the mapping is done. With respect to Bloom's taxonomy is concerned, the first A, 1A, it is purely a derivation. Students are able to state and explain the fundamental physics law, which is Coulomb's law of force between the 2 point charges. So L2 is mapped, maybe understanding level, I thought, and it is mapped to L2. And also they are asked to derive some predefined expression for total force. So L2 is a mapped Bloom's taxonomy level, and it is related to CO1. Actually, had a confusion with respect to a PI mapping. Thought that a particular PO has many competencies, and for each competency will be catering to many PIs. So in that context, I have mapped it to 2 PIs. 1.2.1 and 2.1.3. If any suggestions, please kindly.
Yeah, you cannot have, because here writing is okay, but when it comes to, even teacher may correct the answer book and award the marks, but in calculation of attainment, which part is having 4 marks, which part is 6 marks, 2 marks, that is not clear.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so best thing is put one PI, or instead of ABC, you make it A, B, C, D, break it into first A into B, then give whatever marks you want, then use 2 PIs. Otherwise, in fixed hour exam, one question bit should have only one CO, one Bloom's level, one PI.
Okay, sir. Your suggestions are well taken. And one more question, sir. In each model, as I said, there are 2 questions, and is it necessarily that both the questions of the same COs should be of same COs? Because
the moment a question bit changes, and if there is no, now it is 1 and 2 are this thing, no? Or 2 is the choice question for 1, isn't
yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Then the CO of question number 1A, they should be same, and 2A.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, because it is a choice is given to students.
Yeah.
I expect them to focus more on CO1. Okay.
No, otherwise what happens, suppose let's say question number 1 is CO1, question number 2 is CO2. If students for some reason, if 2 is easier compared to 1 everybody will leave, then showing the attainment for CO1 will be a problem.
Yeah, with that intention, both the questions are mapped to same CO, sir.
Yeah, that's why we say the Bloom's level and CO should be same.
And general question, sir. Questions which are related to derivation and some kind of recall and reproduce it. I have mapped it to L2, and questions which are related to numericals, and if some data is given and they are asked to solve problems by applying some fundamental law or some with respect to formula and all. So I have mapped it to L3, apply level. By applying the concept of some laws, they are able to solve the problem for the given data. So those
See,
questions are mapped to L3.
Yeah,
Just
this
make sure
discussion.
that simple substitution kind of problems, they cannot qualify for L3, right? If there is going to be a simple substitution, then it is still L2.
Okay, sir.
Like PV equal to MRT is there. So you have some values of PV, and out of 5, 4 values are there. You have to calculate the one which is missing. It is a simple substitution. Then it cannot be L3.
Okay, sir. Okay, in the same way, all the questions are set in each module. Module 2, similarly Module 3, Module 4, and Module 5. And it is totally a problematic subject. It involves more of derivations and mathematics involved. So maximum L3 level is mapped to this, and L4 and L5 components are well taken with the help of mini projects and other aspects of the course.
Even assignment problem, take home assignment, you can address L4.
Yes, sir.
Question number 8B.
Yes, sir.
You just check whether it is L3. Okay.
Yes, sir. Previously, it was mapped to L2, but I thought they are going to sketch the diagrams with the help of that. Some sort of analysis is part of that question. So I thought it is L3, but otherwise it is L2 only, sir.
Yeah, please give a thought to it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
I think we are coming to an end. If there is a, at the most we can take another one.
Okay, sir. Shall I close the presentation,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the guidance and the opportunity given.
Yeah, welcome. Saurabh, whether you can make a Ritu ma'am as the presenter.
Madam, please unmute yourself.
No, she is not able to unmute herself. So whether you can make her unmute.
What is the name?
Ritu Tuli, Tuli.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yeah, yes, madam.
Yes, I'll just share my content. Just give me a second. I hope my screen is visible to everybody.
Yes, it is visible. You can
Yeah.
zoom it a bit.
All right, sir. 1 second. Okay. I hope it is visible now, sir.
Yeah, it is visible, but
I've
you need
zoomed
to.
it, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Professor Ritu Tuli. I am associated with KC College of Engineering and Management Studies. It is affiliated to University of Mumbai for the course of MBA with the specialization in finance. The subject which I've taken is security analysis and portfolio management, which is one of the elective of finance as a specialization. So these are the 5 course outcomes which I have defined for the particular course, which starts with recall. It moves to explain, use, compare, and evaluate. So these are the 5 key verbs which I have utilized in this particular paper. So I had the paper pattern involves MCQs as well as descriptive questions or quantifiable questions. So there are 10 MCQs that have been put across in this particular place. Since we do not have the PI level, so I will be skipping this part. I'll be going on to the questions which I have for the panel to give their feedback on. So one of the question which I have is, because this paper is purely quantitative in nature, in this particular question, as sir rightly said to the previous speaker also, that whenever we are just substituting the formulas and putting in the value and calculating, that only comes to the level 2. Whereas I just wanted to have a feedback, because it is finance related paper and it is something to do with the stock markets. When a person calculates and after that he's interpreting and making a viewpoint on that particular calculation. So then in that case, I have given it as level 4 because I feel he's analyzing the situation and he is making his own observations on that. He may or he may not be correct. So is it correct that we have it at level 4, or should we bring it to the level 3 where it is only that he's applying the concept and leaving it?
See, even when he's applying the concept, right, he may have to come up with his interpretation,
Right.
right?
Yes, sir.
He may end up getting some answer, and
Yes, sir.
which he has to comment on that,
Correct.
right? So
Yes.
that is L3 part.
Okay.
Now, this is going to be L4 level,
Yes, sir.
where he is going to discuss,
Hmm.
the factors that are responsible
Mm-hmm.
for the answers that he got,
Okay.
and some calculation or some proof to show
Hmm.
that the different factors and
Okay.
how they are influencing the final result. If that is going to be the thing, then he is doing some analysis and he is doing the interpretation.
Okay.
If it is ending up with getting some answer
Hmm.
and he has to make some interpretation on that,
Okay.
then it is L3.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Then one last question, which I want you to reflect on, is on this particular question, which is purely an application-based question, the question number 6, which says that there are, for identifying stocks, I'll just give the background for everyone because we have people from different streams. So when we are supposed to select a stock, there is a method of analyzing that particular stock, which is called as fundamental analysis. So now this question is asking the student to apply the fundamental analysis on this particular company and suggest whether he would like to buy that particular stock or no. So would it be considered into the stage of level 4 or level 5? Because I have kept it at level 5, saying because he's evaluating, he's testing that particular company on certain parameters, and then he's making a comment. So there is this one discrepancy which I would like the experts to give their view on.
Can you furnish little more data to student so
Okay.
that he is little more comfortable,
Okay.
in channelizing his efforts,
Yes, sir.
okay, to do the assessment,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So, and also, there will be some comfort even for teachers
Yes, sir.
while assessing the students. Otherwise, okay, Tata Steel Company, you have mentioned the name, but
Right.
if some students for some reason
Yes, sir.
they are not aware, say,
Okay.
they can end up taking some values
Right.
which may not be very relevant.
Factual. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, though their ability to analyze, their ability to evaluate may be good,
Right.
but then will you award marks or you will not be able to award marks?
Yeah. If the data is not factual, then we will not be able to award
But
marks.
his ability to analyze is exceptional. His ability to evaluate is fantastic.
Right. So we'll have to give some data, some
I
key
mean,
indicators.
you need to decide that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this can happen, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it is better, furnish little more data
Yes, sir.
and helping student, to focus more on analyzing, more on evaluating.
All right, sir.
Okay, you just
Yes,
think
sir.
over.
Yes, sir. And so one last question. Is it incorrect if, because when we set our COs, they in MBA, sometimes it happens that topics overlap. So if we have two COs mapped for a particular question, is it inappropriate to have that?
No, the problem is when you are actually consolidating the data
Yes, sir.
and to finally arrive at the attainment values.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how will you do that? If it is mapped to two COs,
Mm-hmm.
how will you distribute marks?
So then can we take the average of both the scores? So when we are preparing the Excel
No,
sheet,
but
the
that,
COPO
I mean,
mapping.
but that may not be the true reflection.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay,
it
sir.
is always safe,
Suggested. Yes.
to have one CO and one Bloom's level
Okay.
mapped to a question.
Sure, sir.
But when it is going to be a rubrics based assessment, which is not a written exam,
Yes, sir.
there you can
Internals.
have multiple COs and multiple Bloom's levels,
Sure, sir.
being mapped and tested.
Definitely, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I stop sharing my screen?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Saurabh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I think some participants have issue. You can type the email ID just you said in the chat window. So if they can send the mail to you. Because some people might have heard it properly or some might have missed it. In the chat window, if you type for everyone, if they have any specific issue, they can send a mail.
Okay, sir, I will do that.
Yeah.
Sir, should I give anyone the access to present next?
I think it's almost 2. I think if we will keep the remaining 5 minutes for any direct question, like they let them unmute and ask the question. because enough discussion has happened.
Sir, I am Chandan here. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So sir,
You can-
actually, yeah. So sir, like I will take sir only 2 minutes, just not more than that. So sir,
Yeah.
really it was the very insightful and motivational lecture, whatever you have covered. And sir, like we want to say about you, sir, Professor Tiwari sir, about you, sir, how you presented the way of the presentation, and how you did sir the cherry picking of the word based on the how people are thinking, based on the people's psychology also. So sir, this presentation was really good, and I have also learned like how to make presentation. So it have the some effective sense. So it was really we can call dhasu sir. So it was really we have learned about the presentation also, how to make presentation. Only I have sir one small suggestion for you sir. Sir, throughout your presentation, whatever somewhere we find the example and whatever you gave sir, it was more related to mechanical department. So in some future, if it is we have little bit more diverse from the other department example also. So sir, during the presentation, it will make a little bit more interested, and with the different diverse example, we can understand it more better, sir.
Yeah, I
That's
will.
all, sir. Thank you.
If my colleagues from other department help me with examples, I will spend time with them and try to collect examples. Okay. Thank you for the feedback.
Uh, Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Dr. Rajesh. I just wanted to say a few points. This is the second time I am attending your this AICT workshop. Last time I also attended, but I was not actually I have not got the certificate, so this time I also attended. But from both the occasions, I have actually I'm trying my best to uh, get these information and try to become a better teacher. I'm in the process of that, number one. And number two, yesterday I saw the one video, and earlier when I started teaching, then I was little bit putting my points to the students. Okay, you learn this, you learn that. But these small videos are always helpful in the sense that I have to also think from the student point of view. So that is one thing that yesterday I also got this message, and in your previous workshop I also got this message. So accordingly, I'm trying to go for more better teacher, as well as trying to think from the student point of view also. And yes, your sessions and understanding the Bloom's label and all these examination reforms. I'm also examination secretary for the institute, so I will try to put all these reforms which you have taught to us. Will put to my faculty colleagues also, so that they can also get benefit from this workshop. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind guidance as well as your teaching, sir.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Ashik Ballari, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I studied in BUB, sir, from 2010 to 14. We used to get lesson plans. There it used to written L1 and CLO, something like that.
Yeah.
And we never understood what it was.
Yeah.
And when we started, when I completed my MTech and then I joined KLS VDIT, then they started me asking me to give a question paper mapping with COs and with the Bloom's taxonomy levels, and then with the program outcomes. So then I really started understanding these points, and I used to keep all the lesson plans with me, and I didn't throw them away from throw it. So I referred back those lesson plans, and I understood that this is how we can do. And by this new workshop, that two-step method to relate the course outcomes with the program outcomes. It is very important, sir. Actually, when I referred the lesson plans of previous hours during our time, it was not there. The performance indicators and this competencies were not related.
Yeah.
So now I think now it may for the my juniors it might be introduced, sir.
Correct.
And it was
so that's why they say, if you want to learn something, teach it.
Yes, sir.
When you start teaching about these two-step process to your colleagues,
yes,
they will ask questions, and
Yes,
those questions will make you to do little more research, and you will learn better.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
It was a very nice session, sir, and it is very informative, and we got a lot of knowledge regarding OBE, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prakash, sir, and thank you, Kotter Shetty, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Saurabh, participants are asking for the email. You can type it. Email ID.
Anyone else would like to ask any question?
Saurabh, can I type on your behalf exam reform at aict-india.org? Okay, you already given.
Sir, I've already done that.
Yeah. So this is the email ID. If you have any issue, you can send.
I've already done.
Yeah,
I wrote that on the mail, on the chat box.
Yes, exam reform at the rate aict-india.org. Yes. Okay, participants, thank you very much for the active participation on all 3 days. We wish you can go back and share your learning with your colleagues. So together we can make a difference in the quality of assessment, and we'll be able to produce better quality engineers who will be competitive at global level. So it is thank you from my side. And if Professor Kotter Shetty wish to say something, please, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prakash Tiwari ji. Thank you, VB Shitta, sir. Thank you, all the Tech team. On behalf of AICT, I would like thank you, welcome Tech team and all the attendees. We have learned a lot. We on every Monday to Wednesday we organize examination reform workshop, and we will continue to do so. Now we would like to end the session, sir, with your permission.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Saurabh.
sure. Thank you, Saurabh, for all the coordination. Thank you.